Good evening, one and all. It's Sunday. It's time for us to get into some more good old Warframe. Welcome in, everyone. Hope you're doing well where you are around the world. We're back with Banshee for very obvious reasons. And if they're not very obvious, well then look at the title. For very obvious reasons, we are going to be nuking some more. I'm on a roll, a vibe with this. I want to do some more with it, but we need to take it that bit further, absolutely. But before we get into all that, welcome in, everyone. Hope you are doing well where you are around the world today. First opening up, I see Brother only confused about the first redeem, has redeemed it, and then immediately asks, does this count? Or do I have to wait until the stream actually starts? If you can redeem it, it counted. You were first. Congratulations. Separately from that, we got a Hydrate from Dark Wolf Steel. Cheers. And then from Muddy Suds, saying they made a Nell build with 9 times crit multiplier. Is that good, or should they go for more? Well, Muddy Suds, do you want the short answer, the medium answer, or the long answer? Take your pick on that, and take your pick wisely, because once you've chosen, that is the answer you are going to receive. Now, aside from that, whilst we wait for Muddy Suds to get back with the clarification, today, my goal is very simple, to take Banshee, the whole nuking setup I've been doing, and see if we can't take that even further. Now, Banshee herself is kind of reaching the limits of what she's capable of that I am fairly certain. But, I feel that we can take her much further, so long as the situation is there to support her in that. Muddy's just saying, guess it all answers point to yes, but medium should suffice. Okay, so medium answer on the whole, 9 times crit multiplier on the Nell. With regards to crit multipliers, it sounds like a decent multiplier. You can certainly get some good work done with that. However, when it comes to crit multiplier, what you've just done there is say to me, hey, I've got this Gal setup with 180% duration. Is that good enough? That's one part of a build. If the communication of a single stat of a build was everything needed to know if a build was good or not, there wouldn't be build guides. There would just be individual thumbnails on a 1-second video that just says, hit this number. And the whole second of the video would be a way to hit said number. And that's it. That would be everything. The whole of your setup comes together as one. A 9 times critical multiplier can only apply if you've got the crit chance to multiply, apply that multiplier, and then the actual damage to scale from. All these things are moving parts. You can't just look at any one of them. So look at your build, and as you're looking at the options, as you're looking at what you could swap in, swap out, understand where the moving parts are, what is doing the heavy lifting, and what's just kind of there because you felt like putting it in. That's how you can assess it. Is that 9 times damage multiplier coming at the cost of damage you could get elsewhere? Or is it the bare minimum and you could actually stretch it further? Only you, looking at your build and thinking of your use case, can know where you can take that next. That's the medium answer. And be glad you didn't pick the short one, because that would have been a little bit curt, I'll be honest. But all the same, right, let's get cracking on now. It's nice, got the crit chance? Sure. Potentially. I'll be honest, I haven't memorized the Nell stat, so I don't know exactly where you are at on the whole scale of it. Also, for some reason, Banshee here becomes a Cleric of the Sun. If I tilt her head down, just the bloom up the top there is a little wild. Anyway. Not going to mess around with that too much today. Zom offering a Rhino. This is good, because I was about to say, let's see about getting some people in. I had alerted the supporters... Excuse me, that courier's arguing with me. I had alerted the supporters earlier as to the kind of things I'll be looking for now. So, if Zom is offering up a Rhino, that is absolutely perfect. Do we have others who can fill any other roles here? I am going to be looking for a Rhino or Revenant. Looks like Zom is bringing the Rhino for that. Solansi is just offering up the Nidus we'll need. Excellent, which means the only thing I'm looking for now, to round it all off, would be a well-modded Equinox. This Equinox will be a day Equinox, running a very large range on main, but also having enough strength to make use of the strength bonus on her 3. because that's going to be buffing up the rest of the squad as well. So we're looking for a strength and range day equinox, which does mean that energy is going to be a bit of a concern, but that is why we've got a whole team together. Banshee can provide a lot of that energy. What's the chance of getting 6 uncommons out of 9 relics? That's a whole combinatrix that I have not got to hand right now. Sorry, Ductile. Suffice to say, you're looking at a pretty involved process there to get the particular number, as well as wondering, are you wanting to know just 6 uncommons, 6 or more, 6 or less? Yeah. Somewhere within that is your answer, but it's a whole thing. Alright, so let's bring in Zom. We're going to set this to invite only. And whilst we're at it, let's invite Salansi. Now, if we have an Equinox player who is ready to go, Equinox or Equinox Prime, I have no issue on either on that. If you are able to bring that to bear, to bring us into full power, then send me a message in game. That's the Engineer. I'll bring you on into the squad. You had no clue there was an invite command? Oh, absolutely. There is also a D&D command. Unlike D&D is usually used on this channel, D&D here means do not disturb. It is very good for telling people to stop messaging you. So, yeah, that's a thing. There's a few different commands. Those are the big standout ones. Also, invite and in for the same command. I think you might be able to take it all the way down to /I. Haven't tried that. /W is a replacement for /whisper, and so on and so forth. Things like that. Ductile say, I have an Equinox build, but I don't know if it's exactly what you want. Well, send me the build then. Let's have a look. And if it's an absolutely terrible build, I will let you know. I is for ignore. Oh, well, it's a good thing I didn't do /I, Salansi, then. That would have been bad. At least I know that invite works. Because it's not going to, like, invert Salansi. What would that even do? Make them a kind and non-sarcastic mod? Why would we want that? From Izzy Smash asking, hey Ken, a random question, but do you play anything else than Warframe? Absolutely yes. In fact, the majority, I would say, of my gameplay or game time outside of work time for YouTube, work time for streams, the majority of my time outside of that is spent on not Warframe, but that's because I spend so much time on Warframe already. Alright, let's have a look at this from Ductile. What have you got here? What is this? We have got... decent range, more in the strength than the range there. Interesting choice. So on the day form, it's saying 31% strength. I feel like that should go higher than 31. I feel like we're 223% strength. That should go higher than 31%. Hold on. Hold on. Is this a build preview thing, or is this a Warframe thing? Is a ability thing? So let's provoke. There we go. Abilities. So on the provoke, 20% strength bonus, which is just straight multiplied. Yeah, it should be straight multiplied. Okay. Is there something else going on in this that I'm missing? So we got the strength of 55% there. 24% there. 44% here. That's 99. Yeah, it's 223. Is it 44%? 44% is what it should be. I don't know why that's showing only 31. It's acting as if you've got a strength of 155%, I want to say. Which isn't any one of these mods. What the fuck? No, wait, it is this one. Yeah, so it's just ignoring this and this mod. What even? Okay, sure. I will say with this one setup here, you've got 175% range. I wonder if you can take this further in terms of strength department without coming at too great of a cost. To get max strength out of this will be 250%, which you are capable of hitting. You've got the raw on there as well, but we're not going to need the raw. Let's see. I'm just wondering if we can eke any more range out of that reasonably. I don't think we can we? Because the only other range mods would be Cunning Drift, which we don't need, and also the Former might be an issue on that Prime Sure-Footed there. And then is Overextended, which is going to cut into Strength a lot. Although, granted, we don't need that much of a Strength bonus from this, so the extra range might be a better choice. Yeah, let's go Overextended. So, can you swap out your Streamline? Yeah, definitely Streamline for Overextended. Overextended can probably go over the Augur Reach. Swap those two around, because then you'll fit your Polarity. I think that should work, Ductile, if you bring it that way around. And if you are able to do that, then that means that Previ, I think you may be a little too slow on the draw on that. You have got yourself a much more expensive one. I hope you can maintain the energy cost, although you should be able to with all this going on in the squad. That would get a lot of the work done as well, yeah. So if Ductile can make the edit, they do still get the place first, but yeah. Mirrorlink say, if you go full team, wouldn't power donation be best for everyone for plus 90%? For nice and nice link target, 90 times nice link strength. So the reason we're going for corrosive projection is because the armor from enemies is going to be a big part of their damage resistance, certainly at higher levels. At full armor, that is going to be 90% damage resistance. A full set of corrosive projections is going to bring that down hugely, many times over, multiplying our damage, whereas just a bit of strength, sure, it's going to be a chunk of strength, but just a bit of strength isn't going to make that difference in the same way. That's what I figure. The ability to just untargeted remove most of the armor is going to be a big damn deal. 72% less armor? Yeah, so huge increase in our damage output. Okay. Let's see this update here. Yep, okay, cool. The strength is definitely higher than it says there, so we got 55. Plus this, 44, so that's 99. Plus that, 123. Plus this, 183. Minus this, 123% bonus, so it'll be 223. On top of the 265 range, once this is fully stacked up, that should do plenty of good work there. So yes, that should cover what we needed to do. Yeah. I know, Zom. I'll update. Also, Correction Drift for full strip doesn't work. Correction Drift does get you higher, but it doesn't get you to full strip. If I recall correctly, Corrosive Projection is locked to a maximum of 80% armor removal. Because back in the day, it used to be a full strip, and DE went, yeah, please stop doing that. So they changed how the game worked. Right, do I have an Aura Former on that? I do not. I can see from here right now it's not showing one. So, I am going to need to slap one on. One Omniformer Plus. Great. And that'll allow me to now slap in Corrosive Projection without having to break the build. Cool. Think this will be good enough? I don't know. What is it? Still not set. Alright then. Cool. Zom, you are playing the role of Rhino, however, so basically your role is just stack the strength so your raw hits us so hard we have no idea what just actually slammed into us. Shout out to Mirrorlade for the million Omniformers. Oh, absolutely. Those come in so handy, Mirrorlade. Thank you for that. Yeah, and then Solancy, I think, is just satisfied with his Nidus, so should do the work there. Excuse me. Okay, that should all work. Actually needs at least 60 Omniformer. Ooh, I don't know about that. Maybe a 6th Talford Shard, though. Alright, I never actually said the invite to Ductile, did I? Whoopsies. Should I build? I'm fine. Should there be more ways to crack relics? That is a very loaded and random question. So you got 7 options there, and 7 options... More than 7 options there. There's the number didn't update. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10 options there. And then you can go to Railjack for another 12 options. So that's 10 plus 7 plus 12. That is 29 options right now, Onyx. What do you need? Do I want you to subsume a different ability on Equinox? If you can, without, you know, just disastrously ruining resources or whatnot, it might be an idea. Given that we already have proper Raw from Rhino. Question is, what could you subsume that would be a... Zom. What could you subsume that would be a particular use? Because your duration stat dispensary is probably not going to be great, and we've already got my dispensary, which should help keep everyone running anyway. Nourish, we have that coming from the Rhino. So that's already covered as well. Empower is an option, but the Equinox should be covered on that anyway. And Equinox doesn't need a lot of strength themselves, other than just to create that strength ability, which they're going to have enough for in the first place. Otherwise, Equinox is using main to convert my damage into their nuke. And anyone else's damage, incidentally, as it happens, but yeah. So let's think on this. They've got a high range, high strength. What would be useful in this setup with that? Ay, 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 ay. Honestly, not certain. Maybe a pillage for the extra defense removal, but it doesn't seem sensible. Spectration for energy gen. That also requires an orbit. That's going to take up space that they probably don't have in the build. Not to mention it's going to require enemies getting to us, which they probably want dead first. So that one's not really a high thought either on this new. I'm struggling to think outside of pillage what could do the trick. I mean, it's breach surge, but you know, it's breach surge. No, honestly, not a big choice out there. Maybe Empower is the best choice, but it ain't great. Otherwise, yeah, a second dispensary isn't the end of the world. My only concern there would be trying to get enough value out of it. But yeah, that would probably be about it. Also, couldn't deliver to Zom. What the hell happened there? Zom, what's going on? Are you even in the chat anymore? Did you explode? Send build allows this config won't send. Zom, please stop perishing. What's this? Not related to what you're doing? Oh, okay. Just wanted to share my build. I appreciate that you really want to share your build. I get it. However, you are already aware that it's not related to what we're doing, so I'm not going to have a look at that right now, Doctor, but thank you. I'm sure it is a fine build with your 5 Archon shards there. Zom, are you still on this plane of existence? Do I need to get out the Ouija board? Why'd it kick you? You've only just noticed you're kicked out? Zom! Awaken ye self. Let me... Why can't I not even... Appears to be... Why did I accept Zom? Oh my word. Ah, and I thought Solansi was the most cursed person on the moderator team. And here comes Zom. Oh, just the self nuke. Resend? You're offline. I don't know how you're offline, but you're offline. What? How have you done this? Alright, we'll give Zom a moment. Because we do need to have both that raw and nourish boost. That is going to be helpful to everyone. Yeah. Make it public and have Zom use /join. Oh god, no, that's not going to work. Because the moment Zom drops for a millisecond, someone else is going to roll in with an Excalibur Umbra. Just running around being a lemon. That's no good to anyone. Let me... What? Fair enough. Probably offering to enter in. What's my primary? So this is a... Yosyarnya Tenet Envoy. It is a big explodey boy. Also, I need to make sure I have the build set on it correctly, because I've been switching things again. Yeah, that looks fine. Alright, cool. Got good old Lex Prime, can't go wrong with that. Zoris, can't go wrong with that. Banshee unranked, it'll be fine. And I've switched over to Death Cube, whilst doing this off-stream earlier, on solo Banshee, because extra energy. Fuzzer wins. Cheers, Krypton. Said friend only, let Zon try to join. Again, Zom should be able to receive an invite. So Zom just needs to reboot, and then we... And then we invite Zom, who does not accidentally hit decline at the exact second I send it. This is why pop-up notifications with interactions that a user can take should lock for a moment, so that the user does not accidentally click on or interact with it in any way that they could not have actually responded to at that point in time. To every UI developer out there, I'm sure there are at least one of you listening right now. Every single UI developer out there, if for any reason something could pop up unexpectedly to the user, even slightly unexpectedly, lock the response. Wait. 1 second. Wait. I don't care whether it's an invite to a squad, or if it's a notification coming through on a phone whilst they're just swiping away the ones they don't want, putting one there, putting something in front of their face, and immediately responding to input is terrible fucking design. Right, cool. There we are. That's my rant on that done. Okay. We should be good. So, we have Rhino, Equinox, Nidus, Banshee. All of us primed and ready to go. Quadruple corrosive projection. We've gone way back in the years on this one. My chat window is full of zombing zom, but that is fine. Let's do this, shall we? Steel Path, Lith. Let's see. Are we cooking? Or is this just a terrible idea because it's Banshee? How could Banshee work? Why are we switching squad? Why? So many of these things do not make any sense to me, and this has been one in the game for ages. Ductile, you thief! Oh, it's a console host as well now. You better have a decent console. Ductile, what platform are you running? Are you on a PlayStation 4? Because if so, we're gonna shit. Please be something worthwhile for us. Please. I can feel no lag, so we're not on mobile. It doesn't feel like we're on Nintendo Switch either. I don't think it's Reb's fridge. Can't roll it out just yet. Don't know how powerful Reb's fridge is. Who will the Nidus tether to? So Nidus should focus tethering first the Rhino, and then the Banshee. Alright. So I'm going to spam these until I get my Arcane Steadfast, and then I spam the damage. Equinox's job is to explode every time it feels the Equinox feels like they have enough damage. So it's up to Equinox to figure out how much damage to explode on. Nidus and Rhino are entirely buff frames. We're going to see if this works. I'm also going to use Silence, because Xmas are definitely going to be a threat. Can I get Arcane Steadfast, please? I use that as my identifier as to when to nuke. Ah, fuck yeah, let's just nuke. Have we completed a wave yet? We haven't even done one wave. Come on. Nope, I've stopped picking up orbs because I've getting AFK timed out. There we go. Alright. Should I let the Nidus farm stuff some tethers? So Nidus should absolutely be able to get a couple stacks because these enemies are not instantly dying. If Nidus can't get a couple stacks in this situation, then Nidus doesn't know how to play Nidus. It's not like the enemies are all being instantly obliterated. This is Steel Path and this is a Banshee. I am seeing damage numbers that are leading to kills, which is good. Nidus does need stacks for this, yes. You need a stack to be able to cast Link. One stack, but still stack. Yeah, I'm just gonna go take that because Luke Kremlin. Thank you. Yeah, Nidus's first two abilities, which is the larval stomp thing and then the actual lava grouping tool. Those two do not cost stacks, but Link and Ravenous, the fourth ability, they cost. Alright, let's get back to spamming these. Amplify the damage. 200,000 damage to something over there. Not bad for a little bit of casting investment. That's basically the cycle I've got, is spam sonars and then spam hits and hope it kills things. And then I've got teammates clearing up around me. Alright, we did just manage to get through that with Banshee doing 58% the damage, 120 kills. Might be onto something.
Continue to defend. You will be rewarded for your bravery.
Still saying, trying to get the stack with how many kills going is a challenge. I mean, it's not going to be dead easy the way I'm doing it, but I believe in you. Mostly if you just lava things where you see groups, that should work. Because you get some stacks from others getting kills on them, right? So long as we keep up the strength buff, the raw buff, the link buff, I can put out as much damage as possible, and as strong a sonar as possible, and hopefully that'll have all the effects we need it to have. Yeah, there we go. Re-up the silence, restart the spam. 2, 1, launch. There's a tasty 100Ks. I'm actually surprised this is kind of working, but also it's not overwhelmingly working. It's like we're somehow managing to straddle the line of actually making it look balanced. In no small part because my allies are already getting kills. Yes, our first Acolyte, good. If I just do that a few times... I'll just shoot the motherfucker. There we go. I hit 3,000 damage on whatever was over there, which is not a lot, but there we are. The thing with sonar is that sonar hits different parts of the body at random, and I'll only get bonus damage if it chooses their center of mass, their chest. If it doesn't choose their chest, no bonus damage on my 4. And the 4 does not have steel path level damage, even with all these buffs. I got hella buffs. Like, if I have a look at abilities, what's my damage on this at the moment? 22,000 damage per cast. That's not anything to sniff at. It's just, it has fall off over distance, and the enemies have steel path level armor and health. So I need to stack everything I can stack. Like that. That took out a group at once, although I can't tell if I killed them or someone else did, because I didn't see damage numbers. I mean, it might have been an Equinox nuke, which is exactly what they're here to do, so that's fine. If we see lots of kills coming in from not Equinox and not me, then we know something's going wrong. Oh, we're done this wave. So yeah, 22 kills on the support frames, that's good.
Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting? Keep fighting.
Versus 263 kills on the nukes. And whilst I am locked to how much damage I can deal per target and have to really buff my way up, Equinox can just take all the damage I'm dealing and snap it out again. By us reducing the armor with corrosive projection so much, Equinox doesn't have the drop-off in scaling that she usually experiences and has experienced in the past. So she's actually in a very good spot to be able to utilize her own nuke. Let's put out some more of this. I think with Sonar I am able to just spam it on the spot and it applies full effect at full range. I think that's how that one works. I don't want to over-invest in casting it though, because whilst I'm doing that, I'm not casting kills. And no kill cast means, well, no kill cast. Hello, Joseph. Hello, Mediocre. Welcome in. Oh, wave cleared. Okay, whatever. You wish you like playing Equinox? Well, fair enough. She ain't gonna be for everyone. That's just a fact. Alright, let's spam some of this out. Start hitting the blaps. My energy economy is being supported by me leveling up at the moment, but as soon as that stops, I've still got, you can see, the sheer amount of energy support here as well. So I am completely unconcerned for energy economy with this group. Let's hit some more of these sonars. And hit that as hard as I can. Never mind, he got killed by someone's dog. Do I have a build for Arcwing missions? I do have an Arcwing guide over on my YouTube channel. I think !Arcwing should give you the link to that. So I need some time to reach max range? Okay. So I want to be casting this more slowly then. Like 1 per second. Maybe even 1 per 2 seconds. Oh yeah, now I'm seeing millions. Okay, yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, hit. Okay, I still hit a 6k over there, but still. That should do better. Let me see if I can visually see the sonar range. No, I can't. If it's visible, it's not visible to me. Slow it down, Ken. Slow it down. And then hit it. Well, I didn't do that. That was Equinox. Fires again. And then hit it. 15k. 2 million over there. That's alright. Yeah, that's a bit better. We got Torment coming in. We're slow casting this. Make sure I paint everything. Another 2 mil damage off in that direction. 100k behind me. 1 mil behind me. Yeah. Oh! Alright, Mirror was throwing me off by saying something sounding concerning, but it was not actually concerning. Yeah, I know sonar takes time to spread out. What my question was, do I need to slow cast it to let it spread out, as in does a second cast end the first one early in terms of its spread? If sonar can have multiple waves travelling at once, that's better, because then I can spam it. I need you to be certain on your answer there, Mirror, otherwise don't vote it. What does sonar do in this situation? So if it hits the body, the middle of the body of the enemy, that's also where Banshee's Soundquake is hitting them. And sonar is a damage multiplier. So by being a damage multiplier, it very literally will multiply up my damage and make it where the Soundquake is much stronger. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then slam. And we see 300k out there. 77k, another 77k. Loads and loads of damage numbers. And then, as we get new enemies spawned that aren't sonar'd, we drop down into smaller numbers, and so I start the process again. Now, I don't know if it's going to buff up the damage that Equinox does. I would wager that it should, but it depends on how Equinox's damage is calculated. It's not something I've tested. At the very least, we know that Equinox is going to be scaling off all the damage we're dealing anyway, so we should still just get a benefit. Also, I definitely accidentally rocketed that guy on a weak spot because 11 million damage from a no-stack shot there was kind of bonkers. So I'm saying it's not strength reliant for stored damage. Correct. However, it still has a damage that gets applied to enemies, and a damage multiplier is not a strength bonus. So, not otherwise sure what you're referencing there. Still, you can check how far you can go by putting a marker. Oh, actually, just look at the marker on the cryopod, because that's where I am, and compare it to the range stats on your ability. I think I just did a 4 million hit. Kind of wild. Let's re-up the defenses. That Equinox doing absolute wonders for keeping those Xmas at bay, by nuking them when they get close. Equinox's range is lower than mine, which is both a blessing and a curse. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go with 7. Flat. I'm seeing some good numbers and some not so good numbers. Let me switch to compact damage numbers a moment. Make it easier to see when we hit the big ones. And then damage number scale, make them more visible. There we are. And now hit that. Okay, yep, there we go. Yep, seeing some millions. That's good. The reason I'm not going with a Mirage for this instead of a Equinox is that Equinox can give that strength bonus as well as all the rest, and also Equinox has infinite scaling, whereas Mirage is, dare I say, just damage. Why is Mania just beelined for me? Everyone else exists here. Mania just came around the corner and was hunting me. Oh, there we are. That's what we've done. There we go. We've just done a rotation C. In Steel Path, with Banshee as the primary nuker, and it only took us 17 minutes. That was surprising to me. Let's keep this going. See how far we can take it. I'm definitely seeing a mixed bag in the damage output. Let's look around, see what I hit. Yeah. Definitely a mix. I'm wondering if... I need to test if Sonar has a delay. Not delay, a cancelling effect on itself. as this continues and enemies become tougher, Equinox is going to take over in kills. They haven't quite taken over yet, but they will take over in kills. And the simple reason will be on that. My damage is fixed, Equinox's damage is infinite. So long as we hit individual high damage kills, a couple of those is enough to full power Equinox for a nuke. Scale up a few of these, activate the other bits, and then lapping. 250k, 93k. Yeah. No, Slancy, your strength bonus still goes into me. Equinox's damage does not scale on strength. All of your strength bonus is going into me because it's a massive multiplier to my damage and to my sonar, which is, again, damage, which then makes it where Equinox has more damage to work from. So yeah, Equinox's main, outside of the initial teeny tiny piddly slash, is all on absorbing the damage that others did, or herself, and then turning that into pain for everything. I wonder if two Equinoxes would be any faster if they scale off each other's damage. Potentially? But I wanted to have a full mix. Also, the reason I do those little runarounds is so the game doesn't consider me AFK. Okay, I hit my nuke just a moment after Equinox hit hers. Oops. It's fine. I'll just stack up a new one. And send it. Oh, I saw a juicy hit over there. Couldn't tell exactly how much it was because the damage numbers do this horrible thing of intentionally overlapping, it feels like at times. How's that guy casting abilities when I have silence up? Hacker. I am seeing some nice damage numbers. There's a 5 mil, 3 mil. Oh, there was a lot of things attacking me. I am Banshee. I am not supposed to be attacked.
Extraction is ready. Unless
You just did 1.2 mil. You're so confused. 1.2 mil with what, Solancy? 1.2 mil with what?
Will appear soon.
Nidus' 1? Okay, so Nidus' 1 can also hit weak spots. Cool. So yeah, you just slammed one of the weak spots I created with Sonar because Banshee go burr. And slam. Nice millage happening out there. Spam this out again. And bam. 3 mil and 2.5 mil below me. The juicy numbers, a few hundred thousands out here or there. We were talking about Resonance Ornament? No, we weren't talking about the Resonance Ornament. At no point during this stream were we ever talking about the Resonance Ornament. You might have been, but I certainly wasn't. Malice arriving, let's definitely silence that, because Malice bubbles are pain. The Resonance Ornament is actually really bad for this, because Resonance has a hard cap of triggering once per 5 seconds. I don't want to be waiting 5 seconds for a free cast of Sonar when I can just cast Sonar. The idea of spending an Ornament slot on that just isn't there for me. Where that would work is if you've got a constant stream of enemies for a cascading effect in targeted conditions. Like if you're using sniper rifles or something, but not here. There just isn't a use case. And slam. God damn it, they died just before I cast it. The ones I was looking at. I have also got duplex bond on now, so you'll occasionally see non-ability damage from my clone sentinels just going on a murder spree. Because they are equipped with Verglas Prime, they are murder capable. And their murder also applies viral. It's double murder. Grab that. Thank you for the link. Re-up this. The Death Cube clones are definitely living up to the name Death Cube. If I had a way to tell how many kills they got, that'd be cool, but I don't. Perhaps the saddest downside of the way that sonar works in this setup is that every time I get a big hit, that enemy will die. But if the enemy hasn't been targeted with sonar in the right spot, then they survive, and so I'm going to constantly see loads of small damage numbers until either A, I hit them again with it, or B, they get nuked by Equinox. Yeah. What's going on to make all this happen? Banshee Gobert is step one. Why more of the grenades from that guy? Fuck that guy. So yeah, Banshee Gobert is step one. She is using her 4 for damage and her 2 to enhance that damage periodically. We then have strength bonus coming in from Equinox and Nidus. We have a damage bonus coming in from Rhino. Equinox is also taking all the damage that Banshee's doing and killing enemies and turning that into a secondary nuke. Further enhanced by Rhino, I think. In terms of energy economy, I have Dispensary subsumed to give a shitload of that. We have Nourish on Rhino, which is enhancing everyone's income of that energy. All together creating some pretty brainless effects here. It's not going to win awards. We're at 25 minutes for 19 waves. I don't think that's particularly fast. But it's not particularly slow neither. And it is untargeted, enemy agnostic. It's just working. Yeah, when a lot of things vanish off the map and I didn't do it, that's Equinox. If they vanish one by one, it's one of our companions or support allies. And otherwise, if you see the big numbers, it was me. Faster than survival? Oh yeah, a survival mission will be at the equivalent of wave 15 right now. And we're on wave 19. I say equivalent in terms of which rotation reward. Would Raw and Speed Nova help with this mission speed? So Raw Speed Nova would mean losing the Nidus and losing the Nourish. We don't want the enemies to be faster because they're going to be in nuke range anyway. That's the whole point of a big nuke. It doesn't really ask where you are, it just asks if you've got hit points and if it can take them away. And that second if is not really an if, it's more a case of do you have hit points? Incorrect answer. That's the whole idea. Alright. I'm trying to figure out what's the best balance of sonar to resonance here. I think it's at the stage where I do want to focus more on sonars. And then just hit those juicy resonances. Would this be any easier on a smaller map? Potentially, but I didn't want to make it for a small map. I wanted to make it where you don't have to go, oh, but it's that map, I can't do it. So that's kind of why I'm picking with this one. It is also Grenier, which is very good because Grenier don't spawn, haha, fuck your abilities. Corpus have that, Infested have that, not Grenier. Also, we are starting to get quite a few of these drops, that's nice. Just gonna slide through here, don't mind me. Yoinky yoinky. I don't even know how much ender that gave me. If you were doing this on a Helene Hydron setup, then yeah, absolutely you could switch to Gara. I tried Gara on this map earlier. The verticality kills her. So many times enemies are either too high or too low for her wall. Not to mention the amount of time she spends trying to set it up and get it going. So as much as she has more scalable damage, I'd say, she's good on a flat map like Hydron. Not so much on this map. And a lot of maps are this kind of size and verticality. Yeah, does Zoras hit the Zonar weak point? Nice. Yeah, weapons of every variety can hit the weak point. It's abilities where I don't know how they function exactly from ability to ability. And so all the questions get raised. Can I just shoot that one? I can. Ah, there was another out of range. Ow! I got my shields one shot. Liznell. 30 minutes, wave 21. We're doing well. Someone who is not currently in this squad, could you be so kind as to check on the leaderboard what the Steel Path maximum waves is currently for Lith? I know we're at the end of the week, but I just want to see. Let's just spammy, spammy, spam. And spam some more. And hit what we can. 10k? There we are, 1.5 mil. I was going to say, 10k after all that. You fucking... There's a leaderboard? Yeah, we went over it on the last couple of streams. If you're not in game, if you're just in your orbiter, you open up the menu, you go down to profile, then leaderboards, defense, earth, lith, steel path. 108 waves in 1 hour 4 minutes. Fuck, we are not keeping up with that. 108 waves in 1 hour 4 minutes? Fuck. That's less than a minute a wave. That is far more than we're achieving here. Seconds, 87 and 54 minutes. Wait, so you're saying first place is a solo? Okay. What's the highest where it's at least 2 people with the same result? What's the highest with 2 people with the same result on the leaderboard? Because I have suspicion that someone leaving a squad causes the timer to break. I think we're not seeing real numbers there. Would Mesa be better than Equinox? Mesa doesn't nuke. Equinox nukes. "86 waves in 1 hour 6 minutes. That's still fucking fast. Well, thank you very much for getting those numbers. They're not the numbers I wanted to hear, but thank you. What I'm gathering is that this idea is actually doo-doo, and all the fun we're having is pointless, and we should just feel bad. Best nuke in the game? Situational. There isn't a best. It's like asking, honestly, just what's the best insert pointless category here. All of them are situational. You could even ask what's the best ass in the game. You'll get the same answer. Situational. It depends on who's asking. All-rounded? Okay, Dominic, I'm just going to do you a better idea and say, how about you check out my nuke frame video and decide which one for you is the best one? Because that's the only way you're going to get the answers, is to look at the nuke frames as I put them in my nuke frame video. You always sever? Fair enough. I'm getting the impression that I was supposed to say Sevagoth from the start and affirm your choices. I'll be honest, I'm not actually a fan of Sevagoth nuking. Ah, it's violence! Violence is silence versus my silence. AKA get a wreck scrub. I have maximum range silence. You are told no from this distance. Get denied. There we are. David's here. What up, Ken and chat? Coming back to Warframe after years of not playing. Currently, all I have is Trinity Prime, looking at purchasing Clevo with Plat, so I have damage frame. Thoughts? Why do you need a damage frame that you purchase with Plat? What makes you think you can't just farm things? But otherwise, if you want to buy Clevo, sure, why not?
Another opportunity to extract will appear soon.
Alright, squad, we're going to take this to... Actually, we just did another rotation C. We'll do another 3 waves, and then I think we'll dip on this one. Because at the very least, we're seeing it works, but also it's far from very fast. So there is some more thinking to do, given what others are capable of. I wonder if a Gara Equinox is probably the way here, because as much as Gara, as I mentioned, has that verticality issue, Equinox kind of counters that by then just dealing with the stuff that was out of range. Especially as the stuff that's down low is going to be closer, so Gara could focus on high casts, and then Equinox picks up the low. Equinox has nearly overtaken me in kills now. Also, I kind of want some of those loot. Yum, 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 yum. Give me all of that lot. Give me all of that. I'm going to stop killing for a moment. I want loot. Nom, 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 nom. Have you, and you, and oh god, there's bad guys. Running away. Oh shit. There we are. 490 endo. Not 15, thank you, Captain. Some juicy hits in that direction. Getting juicier. Yeah, I think this is acceptable, but still a bit silly. We are putting in all this effort to make Banshee Equinox work, and I think what we'll do after this, actually, because we saw it took us about 35 minutes to get to wave 24. We'll do another run with basically just Equinox again, but the rest of us powering up in more conventional ways, and see if we could beat that time. No, Quake does not have LOS. That's how you're seeing damage numbers through walls. If it did have LOS, that wouldn't have happened. grab some of this. Don't mind me. If I have to move every now and then to be active, I might as well actively grab loot. Apparently farming Clevo is hard. It sounds like you're asking people who are not this community and getting answers that are criminally incorrect.
LOL. Ads came up to remind me that my sub ran out. XD.
I mean, that's one way to remember. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much, Radikar, for subscribing to your Prime. 1.5 years of support on the channel. Much appreciated there. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, honestly, Clevo is not that hard to farm. You will find that the biggest difficulty is if you've logged into Warframe at the wrong time, and then you're just not able to access the farm. If that's the case, then sorry, D decided to say screw you. You're not allowed to farm things all the time. Why they still make these decisions to this day and age, I don't know. But that's what they chose.
Reinforcements available.
Alright, let's dip out.
Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting?
No, it's more a case of it is a process. You need to go to Duviri, you need to go when it's on the correct cycles. Don't ask me to say which ones they are, it's on the wiki, I don't remember it. And then you just need to go to Clevo's Hold. And then otherwise, once you've gone to Clevo's Hold, you need to also defeat the Aura Worm to actually claim the reward. So yeah. Bigsley, let me see here. You've been in here for all of 5 minutes. And over half the words you've said in this channel are show build. I'll get to it, but come on. At least a little bit of decorum, please. A little bit of decorum. But there we are. Massive amount of range. Plenty of focus into strength, especially in the fourth ability. Primarily in the fourth ability. Huge investment into energy economy, so I can just keep going blap, 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 blap. Because running out of energy is kind of bad news for a caster. So yeah. Okay, let's reattempt this now. Our Equinox player, Ductile, if I could ask you to stay on Equinox, please. Because you'll still be doing your nuking side of stuff. And then the rest of us will switch to whatever we're comfortable with to just do hella lots of damage. The idea is to kill the mission as quickly as possible with more conventional means now. Also, I realised during all this, Kelton 44 minutes ago wanted me to do that. There we are. Would Mirage with a 4th ability augment not be a good choice as well? I mean, no one said it wouldn't be. But I think that's going to be covered by Silanzi here. So yeah. What are we testing? The ability to blow stuff up. Broadly. Yeah. Alright then, so Zombie's going for Araxia, Sill's going for Mirage, still got Arachnox. What shall I go for then? Let's think on this one carefully. Maybe Nova? I know that Nova, again, speeds things up, and people love talking about Nova every time a defense mission comes up. I get it. I was thinking more on the lines of make sure we actually murder the fuck out of stuff. Kome, definitely not the solution here. Kome's 4 is not that amazing. Limbo max range? Are you trying to get timed out? Remember, I have to read your message before I know if you're making a shit joke or not. So I do take a poor opinion on it. So I'm switching over. Oh, okay. You had selected Araxia. Fair enough. Okay, so we have our Nova, we have our Mirage. Honestly, if we're not going to be as hard controlling, I think we might want someone running a bit of defense, actually. So I could just go for standard operation of Revenant Mesmer Shield. and then also buffing the hell out of us with that. So raw mesmer shield. I will be the support role now. Why is a mod missing? What? Why is it sprint boost? Ew. Alright, first let's fix that. What is missing off of you? Equilibrium? No, this is running an energized steadfast. It's not going to need that much energy. That said, it isn't giving out raw to the team because of the nature of this. I'm going to change around that. That's still not very far, is it? Fuck. Okay, before I completely break this. Because that duration is now terrible. Don't think I need this on here, to be quite honest with you. This should be affordable without that. So if I do that, now I've got the duration up. And we can do stretch to counteract the range negative. That fixes that nicely. And then I still have room for secrets for even more strength. There we go. That should do the trick. Or do I want to go with message for a long duration? Message for a long duration. There we go. That is much more satisfying to look at. The energy cost on these should be manageable with this setup. Yeah, I've got Prime Flow, I've got Energize. It's going to be fine. No concern on that side. What are all of these? Okay, well, I've got casting speed, particle velocity, and starting energy, and energy max. Good lord. That must be supporting other builds. But that's fine. In terms of weapon choice, I mean, it has to be the Burston, right? It just has to be Burston. Burston Lex Zorax is just kind of a vibe. So yeah. Deep dispensary so energy isn't much of an issue. Also true. So yeah, we should be good. Okay. With this as a crew, let's see how we do. Let's compare this to the Turbo Nuke Banshee. This is not very well refined. This is an idea of just setting more of a high power benchmark, assuming one would bring a nuking frame to at least set some reasonable considerations to other nuke potential. Because Equinox just really does go burr with other people doing kills. Alright then. Let us all get going. Cool, I can give out that to the team. That is working. Get us on position. That particle velocity feels so freeing. Look at the speed of that. Oh! Particle velocity, I love you so much. Alright, raw. 100% to everyone who isn't Solansi. Rip. Oh god, I don't have reinforced bomb. I feel that pain. I also appear to have a very shit enemy radar. That was a choice. Jesus, those fast ones are going to make this a little bit more interesting to shoot. So I need to charge up for quite a few shots. Seriously, why do I have to charge for so many shots? Grenadier, please get stronger heads. I suppose it does mean I can be conservative with my ammo. I say as an Xmas spawns and I immediately body shoot them. Again, my role here is less damage and more keeping team alive because we got a bunch of squishies in the squad. There we go, re-up the defenses on them. And then I'm also giving out a raw buff. I am the most supporting role in this particular squad. So you're not going to see the same damage clearance from me. From Yuzumi Noya, got a question. What is a good accessible method of leveling your Warframes nowadays? Okay, there are a few different ways of going about it, depending on the level of cheese you want to get involved with, and how much you want to be the leveler versus let someone else do the work on your equipment. ESO is always a standard for mid-high level gameplay, so that's Elite Sanctuary Onslaught. For lower tier, you've also got normal Sanctuary Onslaught. There is, what do you call it? Helene and Hydron for newbie 10-0 level. And then, if you want to get into some exotic cheese, there is the Plains of Eidolon Xmas farm, which I haven't done a video on. Other creators have covered that. I may do a video of my own, but to be honest, No Sympathies video will do you just fine on that.
Extraction is ready.
How quickly did we do these waves? 3 minutes. That's nowhere near good enough. Which is kind of a good thing, because it shows the Banshee was good. They are. We want to step our kills up as much as possible. Equinox, you are our nuker. Try and beat our previous time. We're going to check out the Plains one. All the best with that. It doesn't work for melee weapons, just to have fair heads up. Guy might be better. Hi, Gaz! We're not running Gaia right now because we're not running multiple nukers. We've just got Equinox there as kind of the residual of take our damage and turn it into a nuke. But welcome on in. I take it you completely missed the 27 waves of Banshee on the previous run. Where are they all? Also, brawl buff everyone. Okay, I missed 2 people with that. And I haven't got the augment on, so sorry, Sam. Sorry, Sil. You just missed out on that raw buff. Too far away for me. How fast for 27 waves? Not particularly fast. I think it was like 30-ish minutes. 35? Yeah, I think it was 35 minutes, wasn't it? So not particularly great. Map sucks for speed running? Well, yeah. But then, if you could do this map quickly, you could do every defense map quickly, is the point. If you build something that works on Helene, that's the equivalent to saying, look how good I am at this capture mission, and it's a level 1 capture. No one cares. But if you can build it for this mission, then it works everywhere. I can't aim for shit at this speed, oh my god. Why did we say yes to a Nova? He's literally moving like a PowerPoint presentation. Do I think the armor changes allow Equinox to use something other than Terrify? To be honest, I never liked Terrify in the first place. But if you want to continue using that, sure, go ahead. If you're in a full squad where everyone brings Corrosive Projection, the damage buff you get from armor stripping at that point is actually pretty low. There's a full squad Corrosive Projection, no coaction, takes off like 3/4 of the armor. So there's not that much left to multiply with.
Reinforcements available.
Right, we're going to take this a bit further. I'm definitely feeling that this is slower. Actually, is it?
Opportunity to extract will appear soon.
At this rate, we'll get to... No, we could end up there quicker, actually, at this rate. We'll see how it pans out. Okay, guys, I get where you're coming from in terms of worth your time if you're coming at it from a min-max perspective. However, not everyone plays just to get relics as quickly as possible. If they're going to do that, they're not going to care about, hey, can I nuke the defense map guide? They're going to go, hey, where do I get the relics? And the answer is not defense. Or hell, actually, if they do want to farm relics quickly through defense, this map actually is a good one. off Steel Path because the enemies are so low level, Banshee turbo nukes it solo. Not even kidding. Absolutely obliterates it. So it really is more a matter of use case, and that's why I'm looking at the broader obliteration power we can get here. I'm putting it through its paces on the Steel Path because the lower tier is already solved. Slower than Hepit? When you would take into account loading times, not necessarily. I was clearing 12 waves in like 5 minutes. When you consider 12 waves, it's 2 rotations A rotation B, a rotation C. And you can still keep going, no loading times, and you're getting all the benefits of defense on top of that. Hepit is sub 1 for people who are really, really good, and also have good loading times. And for people who want to constantly do the exact same Hepit mission 60 times an hour. So again, I get where you're coming from, but you're looking at this from a perspective which does not match up with some people's playstyles, and is covered to death in guides and supports. For everyone else, they're wanting something a little bit interesting. Is this way more chill? Seeing the way we're acting? But I get what you mean, yeah. Also, how many capture missions do you get to lazily just aim glide across the map like that? And it's not a stupid idea. God damn it, please. Move more slowly. The headshots are so hard. Wouldn't Disruption still remain better? It depends. If you're trying to do defense missions, doing Disruption is really inefficient. Because I don't know if you've ever tried it, but in a Disruption mission, I've never once seen a defense objective. So it's really shit for doing defense, honestly. Like, terribly shit. Alright, we've got ourselves through 9 waves, 9 minutes, cool.
Extraction is ready. Unless you can handle more of the enemy. Keep fighting. Another
Xmas farm looks insane, you basically only need Nataruk. Actually, you don't even need the Nataruk. That is one thing that got glossed over by the people who first put out the Eidolon thing, and I might actually cover it myself separately because of that. The Nataruk is a crutch. You don't need it for the farm. There are some very basic aim glide mods that make it where you can just hover in the air, including one to reduce gravity to 0 whilst aim gliding. You combine those two, you get out of your Arcwing, you just hover, shoot with whatever primary or secondary you want. Move on. I usually use a Rubico for that reason. No projectile speed, no waiting, just blap blap blap, move on. And if you do use a projectile weapon, because you're leveling it, it also gets the benefits because it's not the Nataruk. But aside from that, yeah. That whole Eidolon Xmas XP farm is pretty bonkers for everything that isn't melee. Melee can get screwed. No, melee can get melee influence and laugh at how hard people have to try otherwise. Where's Angst? I can't see what I'm shooting. There we are. Sorry, Ductile, didn't realise your defense had gone down. There you are. I'm such a terrible support role. Middle of saying 63 rounds, lift the earth, 1 hour, 3 minutes, and normal. Okay. Context, please? You've just given some stat there. I really should have some extra Enemy radar. I think I have an open slot on my companion. I just couldn't be bothered to former it. Now I can be bothered to former it. This death cube really needs that extra info. I gave that roar to just ductile. Whoops. I hate doing survival relics because traces are so hard to collect. Traces can be fine so long as people stick together. That really is it. Unfortunately, nothing about survival wants people to stick together. Because the enemy spawn rate in a group is just not enough to keep you together whilst feeling fun. Excuse me. Oh, I see Mirror Abe, right. Yeah, so Mirror Abe went 63 rounds in 63 minutes, which means that they were doing a rotation every 3 minutes. But that's when you're taking it to 5 entire C rotations plus a bit, which is inefficient. Live! There we go. And now we're all buff the group. Somehow only get ductile again, I swear. I thought people were in range, my bad.
Available. Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting? Continue to defend. You will be rewarded for your bravery.
One of the crazy things when it comes to farming stuff is the number of people that will try to get things quickly on Steel Path. And I get it, you know? If you've got high-powered builds, you want high-powered situations, you want to really put them through their paces, you also want the CLSs. So, I get it from multiple different angles. But if your gear can't carry the variety of Steel Path missions efficiently, then it's no longer an efficient farm. And if it's causing burnout, it's certainly no good. I got 2 people with that one. There we go. Slight improvement. Oh, need to make sure Slancy gets protection. That is running a bit low. There we are. Now, if you go off Steel Path, all of a sudden, a lot of farms are actually very bloody fast, so long as you build for them. It becomes less about seeing if you could do millions of damage to each target and surviving some bullshit effects, and instead it comes down to how can you best solve this particular map's problem. Whereupon, even on a map like this, Banshee becomes better than Gara, whereas Gara is better than Banshee on Hydron. Just that little bit of a difference. The shape of the map changes the nature of which frame is better at it. I turned on the damage numbers to see what I was doing with Banshee. Now it's blocking my burst of view. Search box, please. Damage. Numbers. Off. There we are. Now I don't have to see through raw math to shoot. No longer playing the multicolour matrix. Though that was a really weird portal. Why is that there? It just got me to fucking out of bounds. Alright. What is that? What in my opinion is the worst defense? Corpus ship. It's not even close. Corpus ship is by far the worst. Dear God, that map was designed to make sure it takes as long as possible. That Corpus bloody ship tile has such huge spawns, such verticality, the moving centipedes, everything combined is designed to make it an ordeal. It is bonkers. Yeah.
Extraction is ready. Unless you can handle more of the
Alright,
enemy,
we're at wave 15 completed. We've got another
be rewarded.
9 waves to go. We're at 17 minutes. Yeah, we are keeping pace with what we did with the Banshee setup. That does not feel great. That guy step around the corner, please? Whatever. Seriously, why do they die on the headshot so easily? Come on, you're level 100 odd steel path. Give me some Incarnon charge, you bastards. There we are. Is Sarah's the one that has a slow moving defense target? Oh yeah. That one is another annoying one because of that slow motion drift between rounds. Yeah. But it's a nice small map though. Not much in the way of verticality, so you can get plenty of work done on it. And I think it's an Orokin cell farm, so that's good for a lot of people too. It's not a good Orokin cell farm, but it's more than we're getting on this one. This one is 0. 30 ribbon slivers though, so that's okay. Rip everyone's defenses. I feel like 3 Mirages and Equinox might be fast. Let's see, where are the kills at? Ductile has a majority of them, then it's Solansi. Honestly, that might be a shout. That might be a genuine shout. What people spend their ribbon slivers on? Spend? I'm at 3,141 ribbon slivers before this mission started. Spend? Were it so easy. I mean, I'm at 220 kills, mind you, and all I'm doing is shooting with the bloody burst and Incarnon, so, you know. It looks like they're doing a lot, but are they? Zom's mostly spamming 4? What are you spamming 4 with? You're spamming it with Nova. I mean, fair enough. You are making my life more difficult. In fact, Nova can use the 2 though, right? With the really high range that you've got on it, that could do something. Maybe. Nah, I don't want arbitrary random bullshit to spend slivers on. Because the moment we get that, it's going to be the same case as, what's it, the Aya trade-in. God, the number of people that complain about Aya trade-in, like, oh, DE, 5 ducats is too low. It's like, yeah, no shit. It's not supposed to be something that just gives you instant reward. You're supposed to trade it in and use it. Ribbon slivers having a limit on how much they can be traded in for, yeah, it does, well, limit you. But if we got something evergreen that was just a direct resource, you know the trading would be bad. Especially because you can turbo farm slivers in places. Now imagine it was turned into 1,000 endo per ribbon sliver. That's 10,000 endo per ribbon equivalent. If it was 1,000 endo per ribbon sliver, someone like me would immediately have 3 million endo. So in order to avoid people with my amount of ribbon slivers or more suddenly having more endo than the game could ever call for, it would have to be something really low and shit. If it was 100 endo per ribbon sliver, which frankly is a bit of a Panzer result in general, that would still come out to 300,000 endo for me instantly, if I were to do that trade. And on this mission here, that will be worth 3,600 endo straight up. Not a very large amount, but to some people that would be worth it. Yeah, I got a lot of my rim slivers on the last time I turbo farmed a Xmas Stronghold interception sortie, which was happening on the Helene Hydron map. So it was a really, really small map, loads of kills. Kills weren't advancing the timer, it was just a timed mission, and so we could just constantly make the Xmas flood in. Oh my god, it was disgusting. It was disgusting. And we loved it for that. I think I found like 2,000 slivers just that day. Mushroom slivers from the old Ascension loot cave. That was also a crazy source of them, yep. One of those moments where you wonder if, do you remember that we can turbo nuke areas? And maybe the enemy spawns shouldn't be quite so farmable? It was certainly a stark reminder for them. Well, let's get into raw range for the peeps. There's a good opportunity right here. Damn, only got one person. Do I remember where everyone cashed in our Acolyte Arcanes? Oh yeah. Oh yes. I'm still not happy with DE for not releasing the information on the drops from those tables. The community at large has now farmed approximations, but that does not excuse DE not releasing the information. I'm still not a fan of that. I just don't make a big old song and dance about it at this point because, there's bigger fish to fry.
Continue to defend. You will be rewarded for
Visa, MasterCard payments for things on Steam. Stop killing games, age restrictions in the UK. You know, there's worse things to worry about than drop tables for dissolution, but it's still not good. How do people deal with Acolytes so easily? We are well geared for them. The main answer is high crits or some other weird damage source. I'm not sure how they handle ability damage, but it does get a bit weird. Mostly it comes down to crits. What age restriction UK? The UK recently had the activation of the next part of a piece of legislation called the Online Safety Act, which now requires that anything that has basically user-submitted content, including in the form of person-to-person text messages, any form of user-submitted content that is on a platform that could reasonably be accessed by children, they don't have a way of stopping children accessing it, needs to then implement age verification. We're talking either turn on your webcam, show us your face, we'll have AI decide if you're old enough, or send us your government ID, we pinky promise that we're not actually saving your government ID. But not implemented at a government level, implemented at a website level to have to use third-party services. So each one is different, and we're trusting our IDs to how many different institutions? And as a result of this, various websites and services that are not UK based don't want to go through all that hassle. They can't afford to go through that hassle because it turns out an ID checking service is not cheap. Those ones are just cutting off the UK. They are just cutting off the UK. Sounds like a data leak waiting to happen. Oh shit, I mean that's never ever happened whatsoever, has it? Has anyone heard about this app called T over in the US? Yeah, someone spilled the tea from that one. So yeah, not great. Not great at all, in my opinion. This is a long shot, I'll be honest, because it's a bit of a niche thing, but did anyone here ever play the game Urban Dead? Ever play the game Urban Dead? It was a browser-based game, zombie-themed, hence Urban Dead, which was zombies and survivors in a action point-based ongoing daily gameplay. That's an older shout? Yeah. Urban Dead is dead. The Online Safety Act killed it. I'm not joking, there is no hyperbole there. Urban Dead is dead. The Online Safety Act killed it. It closed in March because of the increase in restrictions and the implementations. They said this was a hobby project. The site does not make enough money to afford these kinds of checks. We can't go through all that paperwork. We can't go through the many, many, many pages of legalese. So, no grand finale, no flashy exit, the game's closing. Anyone that donated for the servers in the last few months, you'll get your money back. And that was it. It's dead. After nearly 2 decades, dead. No take backseat. And why is that game affected? Could people upload avatars to it? No. Could you upload videos? No. Could you code it yourself? Also no. You could send messages that could be seen by others in a public setting. And that is enough for it to be restricted. That is enough for it to require, at the very minimum, the annual submission of reports of child safety, forms and risk assessments and whatnot, to the level that just simply could not be handled. So the passion project lost the passion. Isn't that technically every MMORPG? And now you're getting it, Yuzumi. And now you are getting it. Because if the whole thing is framed in the concept of protect the children, and now we need to have all these additional checks and safeties and whatnot because fucking let's throw out thousands of pages of legalese, and it is up to thousands of pages when you count for all the different legislation and then the supportive documents to go with it. How does any small enterprise, let alone passion project, handle that? Just how? How does one handle that? One service I came across that was closed down to the UK now, they put in their post that the age verification companies they checked with, it would cost them $1.50 per user to do those age verification checks. Would you pay $1.50 for every single game, website and service you use that could fall under these categories? Would you pay $1.50 for it? Every single one each. Shit, most people don't pay $1.50 at any point towards Twitch. So yeah. It's not great. It's the most political I'm going to get on this channel because, quite honestly, if it gets too far with this kind of thing, there is the serious risk of it just, well, tearing everything we enjoy apart under the pretense of, oh, but what about children? The two simplest things I have yet to see an actual attempt at implementation. The two simplest things, in my opinion, it comes down to are, one, if it is really such a problem for children to have access to any kind of interaction with strangers online, and granted, yes, there are risks inherent to that, if there really is such a risk, put it on the parents. Very simple. Don't give your kids access to this risk unsupervised. I want you to compare it to a knife. I am going to compare the entire internet to a knife. We have knives in the kitchen. We have knives because we use them to cut up food, to process our food. Sometimes we can use knives for our hobbies as well. like whittling. Knives are a tool that exists in everyday life. Basically, every adult has access to knives. Now, are we going to want to check on everyone's careful usage of knife at every moment, every carrot, every broccoli? Are we going to question them on the purpose of them using a knife? Are we going to ask them to hand over their ID to any interested company every single time someone wants to use a knife? Are we going to say this is all because, well, children have access to the kitchen, they've got to have access to the kitchen, and they must be allowed to use their knives because their friends at school are using knives, and they all have their own personal knives, so my little Timmy's got to have a knife as well, and I can't watch him with his knife every moment of every day? Or just, you know, don't let kids goof off with knives when you can't see them. Just maybe actually parent. And don't act like the kids are smarter than the parents on this stuff. Seriously. That was the excuse 20 years ago. That was the excuse 20 fucking years ago. When I was a kid. A kid online, happily playing RuneScape, which, by the way, should probably fall under these new regulations as well. Child safety, yada yada yada. That was the excuse 20 years ago. The parents of today are the ones who grew up aware of this technology. So if you really, really want to tell me that the kids are outsmarting the parents on this technology, they're not. The parents aren't fucking trying. Because that brings me to the other thing. Parental controls. Why the hell aren't parental controls as simple as, what is the age of the intended user? And then wherever that device goes, it has that one simple question asked of it. Hi device, what age are you set up for? Am I missing something? Am I missing something, or would that not just instantly fucking handle it? Might be a problem with parents thinking, I grew up without restrictions, work for me, so they do it for their own kids. Okay, cool. And then the parent allows their kid to get up to whatever their kid get up to, and then if the kid gets into trouble, the parent is liable, because the parent knowingly let their kid get into that situation. It's called holding parents accountable for how they parent. If a parent were to take their kid, drive them out to the middle of a forest, drop the kid off, and then drive home, the parent will be held accountable. But apparently if you drop the kid into a digital forest, now it's the problem of everyone else around to go, oh, shit, a child exists! Lock the internet! The fuck? So if this really is as dangerous as a knife, and as useful as a knife, as ubiquitous as a knife, maybe the simple answer is, don't sell these to kids. Put the parental lock on them, and that parental lock should very simply say, yeah, you can put other bells and whistles like usage limits, but very simply say, okay, so what age is the user of this device, please? And then they go to any website, and the website asks, in the process of setting a cookie, the same old thing, hi, I just need to know what age you are. And the device simply responds, oh yeah, I'm set up for a 13-year-old. Oh, are you? Great, cool. Then here is content suitable for a 13-year-old. We're going to hide everything that's 14 plus. Done. Ladybug saying teach kids basic internet safety. No. No, we're not putting this on the kids. There's nothing wrong with the children. We're not putting this on the kids in the slightest because they're children. That's the whole point of having a legal system that protects children and treats them differently because they're children. Absolutely not. It is on the parents. Ellie, saying there's the issue of how can the service verify this information? Simple. 1, don't give kids these devices straight up without putting the parental lock on them. If the kid is getting access to one of these devices without parental lock, where are they getting it from? That's where the legislation should come from, ground up. If a device hasn't been set up with the new process, then the website goes, hold up, sorry, you're running an older device. I need to know this information. Sure. seriously, out of all the things that could be done to set up a device to appropriately just report what age range it's made for, to have parents handle that and be responsible for their child, instead we want to just cut off whole swathes of the internet from each other with increasingly mixed draconian messages in different parts of the world that are going to have different implementations of what is restricted based on their own ideologies. Oh, it's maddening. It is just genuinely maddening. So yeah, that is the whole issue with the Online Safety Act. That's the issue with the UK. That is the issue with us getting locked out of websites, because those websites simply can't afford to try to even dig through all the legislation of one country, and then God knows what's going to come with yet other countries trying to do the same thing, but each in their own different way. Rather than putting it down to the level of, well, who is giving the kid access in the first place? What are they doing? It's wild. Genuinely wild to me. Right. That was one hell of a rant. I didn't mean to rant so far as that. I'll be quite honest. Didn't mean to go quite so hard on that. But I need to get that off my chest. Dovemy saying, problem is, child exists is the only pretense. The true aim is control over... Well, okay. That, unfortunately, is a little bit too tinfoil hat for this stream. It may be accurate, but tinfoil, unfortunately. Unusually political in this channel this evening? Because it is so damn relevant to all of us, to be quite honest. And it is an international thing. It's not even a single location, because this thing is going to potentially spread. Well, not potentially, is spreading. Yeah. It's a thing. It's a big one. To give you an idea of worst case scenario, are you ready to connect your government ID to everything you do on YouTube and every other part of the internet to prove your age for every bit of gaming content you interact with, to then be markedly judged on if you are trying to access something that someone at some level has decided is an inappropriate type of fictional content? Excuse me. Bringing that all together, are you ready for that to lead to areas saying you're not allowed to watch Warframe content anymore? Are you ready for that? Because Warframe has... Ooh, let's get started, shall we? With... Warframe has sexualized characters. Any reason for Warframe to look like that? Go on. Ask the devs, can they justify why is Ember shaped in such a particular manner? And then how long until certain ideologies take that one step further? No, Slancy, I would say don't link it because we get too many people from not UK clicking through, unfortunately. That's the reason to not link that one. So yeah, I just... Yeah. Ugh. Ain't it great? Right, let's spin things around. Solancy, you stick with your Mirage. Zom, you... actually, Ductile, you've been on Equinox for 2 runs now. Are you happy sticking with your Equinox so that we can turbo nuke this further? Are you happy sticking with that, or would you want to switch to a Mirage? That's one way to put it, Ladybug. Yeah, Warframe has blood, boobs, and bisexuals. Now, It's a surprise any of us are allowed to access it at this point. You're that good with Mirage? Oh, damn. I'm assuming the word not is supposed to be in there, given the way you've written that, but otherwise it sounds like you're gloating. Alright, Ductile, you stay on Equinox then. Zom, if you switch on over to a Mirage, I'll switch to a Mirage. We're gonna, all three of us on the Mirage are gonna use the Augment, what's it, Prism Guard Augment. I'm gonna use that for our main damage output. To combine with Equinox doing the nukes. That's what we're gonna do. And we'll see how that handles. Warframe does have voice chat, but it appears to be defaulted to off, which is probably for the best. Probably for the best. Alright, let's see this running here. Yep, hydration. Enough range will get the work done. I've got a dispensary on there, which is beautiful. Yeah, that should do the trick. That should do the trick. What's the third-party software command again? Exclamation mark 3pp. Now, before we dive into this, we just have a look here. Profile, leaderboards, defense, earth, lift steel path, personal. There we are. There's the four of us. Our run, 27 waves, 38 minutes, 29 seconds. Just slightly slower than this Oru Kreis person. And then it goes further up from there for people who've done more waves. If we have a look at the top of the board here, we can see the absolute top ends that we're looking at. These two, I think, may be in some way bugged. Because solo to get to that point seems a bit, I'll be honest, unlikely, but it's not impossible. Although how they're doing it so fast, God knows. But yeah. Let's see what we can achieve with this squad. Let's go. Can I switch to corrosive protection? Oh shit, yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Ductile. And that reminds me of the other thing I wanted to do, which is go over to here. You need to have room for this. If I slap that there. Bam! There we go. Now I'm actually going to be able to see the map. Salensi, you're currently on Energy Siphon. Could you switch that to Corrosive Projection, please? We should be nearly there.
Nuke, you say? Just arrived, so I'm curious on what frame you mean when you mention nuke?
Well, Equinox is our nuke on this one. Equinox is our nuke here. Also, Hellgamer, thank you very much for subscribing up at 10 months there. Much appreciated. Welcome in once again. Alright, let's do this. Let's see how well we handle now. If I quickly dip here, I can see previous mission. So we did 24 waves, and we did it in 28 minutes, 27 seconds. So 24 and 28. Which I think was faster than the Banshee setup, so that just didn't work, I guess. Kerp, I think I have a dual toxicist Incarnon video.
The art of combat must be practiced to truly master the canvas of war.
And we're on location. Let's do this. Oh, it's nighttime. Okay. Oh, that was a slow cast time. Am I on the right build? I'm hoping... Oh yeah, 31 kills. Yep, mine's killing. That's good. I'm not sure what's going on with the... Oh, wait. Excuse me a moment. There we go. I'm not sure what's going on with the damage numbers. I can't see them. Figured it out. You can pull your 4? Yeah, Prism Guard Augment. It means that it comes with you, and it gains some super auto-targeting. Look at that go. Oh, now you can see the effects. This fucking... That wall piece does me in more than almost any other terrain in any part of this game. I don't know what it is. I can't. I just can't. Ouch, that's gonna hurt. Yeah, not having a Banshee Silence is gonna make that a little bit more threatening to be around. These are Steel Path enemies. And sure, it's not insta-killing them, but it is killing them pretty quickly. Granted, we are stripping 3/4 of their armor just by existing, so, you know, that helps. Still only 3 minutes, though.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting?
Still only 3 minutes. We need to do better.
Another
Don't know how we're going to do better. We need to do better.
soon.
I wonder if just taking vantage points is the way? Like, if we just each have a third of the map that we terrorize, and anything that spawns in the middle is Equinox's job? Oh yeah, Explosive Legerdemain is far too weak for this. Far too weak. The enemies are too spread out, the damage too low. This is the much higher damage version. Okay, being spread out might be the way. Yep, don't get shot. Yeah, Explosive Legerdemain at lower levels, like if it's on a low level Helene Hydron, that can work. But Steel Path, or a map as wide as this one, ain't no bueno. It just doesn't work at that scale. Ductile's down. Now at least we can see all the loot that's spawning around the maps, that's nice. I know I said about holding a location, but I'm gonna be a loot gremlin. Mirage's ability is limited to line of sight, which is part of why we're moving around. But it's not your line of sight, it's the orb's line of sight. And the damage on it scales upwards with every enemy it hits. So you can get rapid high damage ticks. Granted, there I did not have many enemies with me, so the damage wasn't scaling.
Extraction is ready. Unless you can
Do we not kill outside of Equinox's men and mammoth so far away? Ah, true. That is a risk. Equinox, how are we doing on building up kill stacks? Yeah, scaling damage per enemy means that Prism Guard works amazingly when you've got lots of enemies. Not so great otherwise. Yeah, okay, so Equinox is struggling to build up the kill stacks, which, yeah, that is a range issue, and big maps are just going to be like that. I don't think we have a decent fix, aside from just waiting for enemies to come in, unless we went with a Nova. We could have 2 Mirage, 1 Nova. Because at this point, because none of us are using target damage, the Nova isn't a problem anymore. Catch my drift? At that point then, because the Nova will be bringing the enemies in, it means that the Equinox should be able to scale more effectively. Still, we're maintaining about a minute a wave at the moment, which is good. It's not amazing, but it is good. Still no idea how the top of the chart are doing what they do. Max range of Vauban? No good. No good. So Vauban's suction range on that just isn't going to reach far enough. It's just not. The other issue with Vauban is that whilst it has got that suction effect, anything that's left untouched is basically just he's doing nothing with it. Even the things he's grouping, he's not doing a lot. And we need things, frames that are actively doing a lot. Cheers. Another wave down, another minute. See, with the damage scale, those lot torn apart. Yeah, movement speed buffs are pretty damn big for Prism Guard. You're absolutely right there. I can't remember what, if any, I have equipped on this one at the moment, actually. Oh, yep, there we go. I have indeed got good old Arcane Consequence. Teeny tiny bit of headshotting. Bullet jump, go burr.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting? Keep fighting. Another opportunity to extract will appear soon.
How the fuck did he die to a body shot? Was that a butcher? There we go, got my headshot. Yo. Prism Guard, I don't recall it activating Arcane Consequence with any, consistency. However, your 2 can. Excuse me. Yeah, something just triggered Arcane Consequence for me a few seconds ago. I think that was my 2. I'm gonna just stick with using 4 for a bit and see if anything triggers it, but I think it is gonna be a 2 thing. Although that said, I have got 2 triggers everywhere still. Thing is, even a well-placed bullet jump can get do it. Damage gains got slower for Equinox. Alright, yeah. So a lot of killing is happening outside of Equinox's kill box. So yeah, I guess that is impacting it. Yeah, I'm having to activate Consequence myself here. I'm not getting it from the Prism. We're coming up to 12 minutes. We're on to wave 12. We're a bit slower than 1 minute per wave. To everyone in the squad, we're going to dip out on this mission. We'll complete wave 12 and dip out. This isn't significantly faster, if faster at all, to be honest, than other setups so far. I want to see if we can truly break through that 1 minute per wave substantially. Now, I'm talking, let's get us to 50 seconds per wave somehow. For that, I do think having Zom switch over to a Nova is going to be a way there. Because being able to just speed up all the enemies, bring them into the Equinox kill box faster, bring them into the rest of our line of sight faster, that may well do, well, something positive for us.
Extraction is ready. Unless you can handle more of the enemy.
Blade, you exist to strike.
Yeah, 12 minute 41 for a 12 wave mission.
Lesson ends.
Some good speed, but we just need more. Just need more. Alright. So we'll give Zom a moment to switch up to Nova, because Zom is calling dibs on Nova. I'm happy with that. Double checking on what I've got here. The overall kit felt fine. So honestly, I don't think I need to make any changes here. No, honestly, I'm fine with all that. No mess. Not gonna screw it up. Cool, Nova is set. That brief respite, if you're able to switch to corrosive projection. I don't know if we need quad corrosive versus a brief respite, but I think it would be good. I don't know if Zom can make that happen with that build. Anyway, let's set this ready for when Zom's ready. Hello, Mythic. Welcome on in. Yeah, it's a sizable reduction in enemy armor. So, based on what Miralabe's giving us there, 2700 times 0.46 times 3, root that. No raffle and stream title today? Because I forgot to put it in. Oops. So yeah, 61% damage reduction versus... Assuming Miralabe's numbers here are correct. $47. So it's 39% damage dealt to 52% damage dealt. It's 47.6. That's a pretty sizable increase, yeah. So yeah, full corrosive projection does seem like the smarter way. We don't need the shield gate defenses. We should be doing fine without. Alright, let's get this cracking. So Nova's sole job is get the enemies into Equinox's kill box, so that despite the fact that we got two Mirages going around killing everything as fast as we can find them, they should be close enough for Equinox to benefit from. That's the plan. I'm going to try and contain my obliteration around the near side of this ring. Just so I'm less likely to kill things outside of the zone as well. If they are outside of it, then, well, screw them, but, yeah. Alright, Ladybug, take care. Anton saying, fun fact, Drifter can be used to verify your age on Discord. You've got to be kidding me. There's no way of all things it falls for the Drifter. Nah. D aren't that good at making lifelike models. Alright, Equinox, how we doing? How we doing in terms of the damage build-up? Are you able to do your nukes? Honestly starting to wonder... Actually, if I look at the kills here... Yeah, Equinox is definitely pulling their part, yeah.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting? Keep fighting. Another opportunity to
Damage is good?
distract the
Alright,
hunter
cool.
soon.
And we managed to get through that in just under 3 minutes. Well, ability is good for Valkyria. Depends on what you're using Valkyria for and what her weak spot is for you. Because you helm what you need on a frame. Is there still a way to get a glyph in game? Of course it's still a way, yeah. Exclamation mark glyph. That's a command I've not called out in a while. Get myself back in range. So I've grabbed all those mods. I don't need to grab all these mods. I'm just doing it because Loot Bunny go burr. It's hard for me to ignore Loot. This has led to issues in games before now, but yeah, Loot go burr. Loot go burr. You're torn between registered loser and representing the king. Do as your heart yearns. It's a video game glyph. Who really cares at the end of the day? Do what you feel is right for you. If you wish to be a registered loser, I can't stop you. And I wouldn't want to either. Be the loser Reb knows you can be. For anyone who's brand new to the stream, that must sound really harsh. Huh, okay. Whatever I was trying to do there, apparently wasn't a headshot. What is it with Acolytes and beelining someone? Alright, 6 waves down. Current time 5 minutes 36. I like that. Okay. How long are we going for? We'll start at going for the aim of 12, but if we've got a good time, we'll keep it running. If we can handle a good time here, we will absolutely keep this running. This is a very active form of this. This is not brain dead. Well, actually, it's just bullet jumping, isn't it? It is pretty brain dead. But still. Tree, why? I say about brain dead. Bumps into tree. Cosplaying George of the bloody jungle over here. Ah! Well, that's gonna hurt. Nope. Same tree. What's interesting is that the cryopod is currently regenerating shields. Oh, never mind. I was going to say, like, we were killing them quickly enough for that. Still, it's entirely in the shield department. We are holding such a position on these enemies that this fucking tree root. We got such a position on them that they cannot get through this. We are defending. It's just a case of defending hard. There are no points for keeping the hit points at a particular level. There's no bonus. So long as the objective isn't dead, we're here to kill. Where do you acquire this Wound gift? It was a Twitch drop. Now I think it's available for Platinum in the market. I think if you go to the market and just search loser, you'll find it. Right next to a picture of your mom. Sorry. I couldn't resist. Oh dear. Yeah. The mean glyphs of Platinum now. Sorry, mean, yeah. Yeah. Rude? Me? What? This beacon of positivity? Rude?
Keep fighting. Another
I say.
will appear soon.
Alright, I think we did those 3 waves in 3 minutes. Don't lose our efficiency here. Nova's still doing Nova stuff, that's good. I think Zill's running in the same direction as me, just on the opposite side, yep. So, you know, we are opposite orbit. Actually, it's caught up with me there. Need to move. I'm seeing up to 120k damage ticks at times of this. Which, considering how quickly it's hitting on multiple enemies with 0 targeting from me, that's kind of bonkers. Have I got particle velocity shards? I think I have got 1 or 2 on this, yes. Also, Mirage is just her inbuilt ability to parkour fast. Oh, I'm not hitting a headshot like this. I should do that. That should surely get me a headshot. Oh, I've got a headshot. Alright, cool. Yep. Just go straight over those grenades. Don't mind me. Okay, portal go there. I think that's the end of that wave. Yep. Sequel is the running out of enemies. up with this. And we continue the obliteration. So we're at wave 12, coming up on 12 minutes. Coming up on. So we have managed to shave a few seconds off, it seems. If we finish this in the next, like, 15 or so seconds, we'd have shaved a whole minute off. Don't know if we can finish this in the next... well, that long. Oh, I got the damage numbers again. There we go. Just under 12 minutes. Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting? Continue to defend.
Let's take this to 24 waves. We can manage this. Equinox is definitely doing plenty of work as well. They've got just slightly fewer kills than me, more than the other Mirage. Nova has somehow picked up 43 kills, so go Nova. Live your best life. Equinox is down. Not so cash money. Let's bring you up. There we go. Pop this here as well for good fun. Ah, I picked up a raw buff. Very nice. Wait, did Ductile go down again? Damn it, Ductile! Perish less! Might as well run around the back of this tree. Wait, how... Sure, that's a new route. Okay. Yep, I've done that one now. That was completely unintended, but I just kept jumping and just kept going. Now it's Lancy going down. No. Stand. He stands. Wave complete. Let's grab all the loot from this area. Oh, okay. And continue. There we go. Got the full strength bonus there on that Solar Eclipse. Brought it from 250% to 399%. Quite a jump. And yes, it does improve the damage of Mirage's Prism. Despite Eclipse normally being a weapon buff, the Prism gets an exception. Ah, I have got resource boosters still. Okay, I thought I saw more Rim Servers on the ground than that. 15 minutes, 21 seconds of 15 waves. We're doing well. Again, it's not going to clean those leaderboards. Some people are absolutely smashing it. You got 2 Bronco ribbons in a row. Congrats on your endo, I guess. It's about all that's worth. Keeping up the bullet jumps. Give that loot. Actually, there's better loot over there. We are raking in the Riven Slivers, by the way. Why do I have some Moonlight Jade leaf? I didn't grab a plant. Did someone else go out and grab a plant? Does activating the plant give it to the entire squad as a pickup now? Okay. Flames on. Why am I not surprised? Why am I not surprised? Let's keep this going. Get extra headshots. Headshots means parkour. Parkour mean go burr. Don't land on that. It's fine. Didn't kill me. I think they reduced the damage on those, because I remember those being deadly before. As a new player, they definitely killed me multiple times over. Oh, it must have been Syl. They opened a plant whilst being revived. I'm just imagining that from Lotus's perspective. You just go down in the middle of the fight. Ah! Oh! Ah! Ooh, a plant! Ah! Oh dear. Bloody Warframe, like, please, I need the herbs. And yes, I'm pronouncing it that way because it's a Canadian game. Warframe's not Canadian, it's a fact. The Warframe program actually started when
Extraction is ready.
the Sentients destroyed all ice hockey.
Continue to defend. You will be rewarded for your bravery.
So yeah, that's true fact. Ballast doesn't want you to know this, but that's what happened. All ice hockey was obliterated by the Sentients. Gotta make Warframes now. That's it. Bring them out. Wipe out the Sentients. We're done with them. Don't believe any of the corrupted memories. Nah, that's not what happened. I know the truth. Are you able to repeat 10 specters for drops at junctions, or do they not drop rewards? They don't have any meaningful drops. Repeating a junction is for the fun of it. Okay, seems we have dropped below the what's it? Dropped into more than 1 minute per round again. I'm trying to keep on top of my part of the kills. I feel like I'm slightly slower, which is not great. Hey, you're supposed to get Decisive Judgment. Have you checked the wiki? What does the wiki say? Oh god, that was an unexpected portal. Coming up on 21 minutes, we're in the middle of wave 21. Tenno Spectre or Infested Chrome on the wiki are best chances. Okay. So what's the next best chances? Because it sounds like the best chances are hard to access targets. Or you could trade for it. There is also that. Trading is a thing. I believe it's a tradable mod. Alright, 21 waves down, 3 to go.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose
Your flat
to
broke.
leave now or continue
Alright, well,
fighting?
do as you do then.
Keep fighting. Another opportunity to extract will appear soon.
4 flat? Yeah, but they're flat broke. Absolutely no way anyone could ever make a bit of platinum through trading. It's physically impossible. He's just gonna have to keep on trying to farm something, I guess. Like, a single rare item from Relic? Impossible. Which Warframe would I recommend to finish a defense with the objective of taking no damage? Limbo. Limbo would be my number one on that. Unless you can bring some kind of crazy Banshee setup, but Limbo's probably the way. Now, it depends on if you need to get the kills, if you need to do it solo, because if you need to do it solo, you need something to do the kills, as well as just Limbo. And at that point, Limbo stops being the best option. If you need to be solo, then you're going to want to step it up elsewhere. %3 drop chance from gunners. You might be forgetting that they have a mod drop chance that stacks with that drop chance. But yeah. Solo for Riven? Okay. Your next best option then, I would say Banshee nuke setup with silence so that it causes them to stagger at least a little bit. Combined with putting Spectres at key, entrance ways. That way the Spectres will distract the enemies, kill the enemies, especially if it's a NPC crew. Meanwhile, Banshee is just obliterating the majority of them anyway. Alright. That was a bunch of grenades I did not want to walk into. Kill the silence! Kill the silence! Remember that one Doctor Who episode! There we are, we're good. Aegir, I read that as validate the violence, and that is definitely not what we're doing. Alright, we are on the last wave here. A little bit over a minute per wave. Still far faster than the 35 with the Banshee setup, which shows that the Banshee setup is basically dead to me in terms of Steel Path. There is no buffing it up to matter. It just didn't do what it needed to do. But that's fine.
Action is ready. Unless
We've taken some very, very good swings at that. I realise that I've had everyone in this squad for quite some time now, so I appreciate you joining in on assisting on this. I think I've just hit 2 mil Rabido. Nice. I appreciate your assistances on that. I'm not going to hold you for another long run, partly because I see where we're at time-wise and how that would line up. So, Ductile, Solancy, Zomtronic, thank you very much for your support on that. Much appreciated. My god, yep, I am definitely a loot bunny. 2,000 pickups to 1,400, 1,700, 1,800. Yeah, I do be looting. I do be looting. Although I picked up fewer mods than Solancy. Interesting. It is what it is. I'm also the only one who got no melee kills. Do energy orbs count as pickups? No idea. drop that squad there. Let's switch us back over to this, because this is now where I'm going to remind y'all as to the capability that this brings to bear when we're not on Steel Path. Spend Splapper. And let's just close off all these tabs. We don't need those now. Thank you very much. Set to public so we can break some rookies' minds, and let's do it. I won't tell them they're on Twitch now this time around. Alright then. Oh, we're already on wave 3. Darn it. Alright. I will exit. Yay, thanks for the free loot. That was amazing. Best run ever. Also, during that previous run, Byte wanted us to switch up the music, so let's switch it up.
We're done here. The extraction
There we are.
team will take over from here. Time to
31-second mission. I'm amazing. I knew it. They can do you without me? Yep, they can have fun. I will drop into a, hopefully a new mission, but also with rookies. You had someone ask if you could leave? I mean, fair enough. Honestly, yeah. What I want is to join a mission at the start. I don't want to join at wave 3. Because I also want to see the time it takes me to go through it. Don't force me to do this solo. Please don't drop me in. Oh god, it's taking a moment to load. Oh no. Oh no, what's the host? Host is console. Alright, we're on wave 2. It'll do. It'll do. Let's just play from here. Oh yeah. Just switch that. Are they mad? I can't tell. Swinging at me, is that mad?
Extraction
Is that anger?
ready. Unless you can handle more of the enemy.
I mean, Kel wants more of it, so the host wants more.
Keep fighting. Another opportunity to extract will appear soon.
Gotta keep lapping. That was wave cleared, yep. How do you know who's the host? So you see on the right hand side of the screen, just below my hit points or everyone else's, there's a number below each person's hit points next to their username, and that is the player order. It determines what number is in the waypoint marker, and number 1 is always the host. If the host leaves, the new host could be any of 2, 3, and 4. It's not a priority order, but number 1 is always the current host. Come on. Be dead. There we go.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting?
Come on, hosty.
Continue
There we
to
are.
defend. You will be rewarded.
You feel kind of bad for these guys to get to play the game with you there? So it depends on their perspective. Some people don't like it like that, and then they'll leave. These lot are choosing to stick around. I've said that I'm going to keep lapping, and it is leveling them. They're getting a bunch of loot. Sometimes they just go, "Wow, this is what you can do?" As you knew, this level 5 mission. I mean, we did it on Steel Path earlier, but it did require a bunch of buffs to achieve. It does work on Saturn's Helene as well, for which people are always thankful. Literally had people thanking me on that one. Yeah, this mission was level 2 at the very start. It's not level 2 now. I'd show you what level it is, but I kind of kill everything. Have a look. Nope, they're dead. Grab some more of the loot. Yeah, what level are the enemies at the moment? They are... Oh, they're only level 4. Yeah. Hasn't scaled up yet. Gonna make them think Banshee's OP? I mean, Banshee is OP when used in a very specific circumstance, yeah. So far, so good.
Unless you can handle more of the enemy.
Make your decision. Thank you.
Another opportunity to extract will appear soon.
I don't care how much time the game gives you for it. Decide. Wave cleared. Excellent. Spin around. Go grab your loot. Come on, Rocky, don't sit right on top of me. There's loot to be had. Another wave cleared. There we go. They lack loot radar. Yeah, I probably should have switched corrosive projection to loot radar, shouldn't I? Not that they would understand what's on the minimap at this stage. There we go, 12 waves. Under 6 minutes.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting?
And now as they stick it out, they get to experience wave 13 without me. Their choice. They're about to learn a valuable lesson.
Impressive, Tenno. You held them all back. Time to get out of
The Xmas spawns are going to be a little bit higher now. I hope they have fun. I hope they have fun. A bit evil? It's not evil. It's perhaps a little bit sadistic to appreciate the pain they may now go through, but I'm not forcing them to stay there. I'm not setting up that situation. I was the first to click that I was leaving. They then all chose to stay. That's on them. Let's head over to Helene. There's always a squad there, right? Yep, there's a squad. At least all 3 of them stayed and not just one of them. If it was just one, that could get spicy very quickly.
The enemy is at our doorstep. You must defend our equipment until reinforcements arrive.
Damn, not a single one of those gave me an energy orb. Whatever. Alright, let's do this. A lot of people will come here for leveling and looting purposes. Oh, this Cora. Oh, I'm so sorry. You are not going to farm a single Orokin cell off your dome. They ain't going to get here, love. They straight up are not going to get here. And continue. So as you can see, this does work outside of level 2. It does continue to work as you progress through the star chart. Not as effectively, but it still works. There we go. 115 kills, 1.5 minutes in. Yeah. Remember playing with MR6 ones and just motorcycle to extraction blew their mind? Yeah, that'll do it, won't it? That'll do it. I'm gonna kind of do this towards the loot. Nah, I'm not gonna get much of the loot.
Extraction is ready.
Oh, idiocy was not waiting. Idiocy said more.
Keep fighting.
Give.
Another opportunity to extract will appear soon.
They ain't no idiot. They want leveling on their weapons. They're gonna get leveling on their weapons. Have more, my beautiful, beautiful farmers. Have more. Is everyone leveling? Yeah, the Saren's leveling, Kana is leveling on the Korra. All Korra might be here for Orokin cells. Honestly, not that concerned either way. Yeah, now that I think about it, it is kind of funny that one of the very latest upgrades you can get in the entire game is a motorbike. If you whip that out on a newbie, you're not really spoiling them. It's not a story spoiler, as such. But you are going, hey, look at this motorbike. And when they ask what they can have, the earliest vehicle they get, it's a K-drive. And like, some of them might vibe with that. Might go, oh, cool, so I get a hoverboard? Like, yeah, sure. And not one of those fake hoverboards that call themselves hoverboards, but they're not actually hoverboards. They're an actual hoverboard. But I got a bike. Is K-drive before Archwing? Oh, yeah. Absolutely. It's not a good K-drive, but it's a K-drive. Is there a good K-drive? It's not one of the better K-drives, it's still just basic. But yeah. Yeah, you get K-drive from just doing Vox Solaris quest, which is pretty fucking early on. Oh, we're done. Alright,
Reinforcements available.
let's go for 9.
Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting? Continue to defend. You will be rewarded for your bravery.
Is there any point to leveling up Vent Kids? Not even for mastery purposes. Honestly, because like, oh sure, yeah, you can get K-drives, you can rank them up, or you could just not put yourself through that pain. Not have to get the K-drives, not get the compressor. You can buy the compressor with platinum if you really want it, and your life will just be better. There's no shenanigans on that, your life will just be better. Let's just grab the bits. No one's marked any Orokin cells, which concerns me. Big slams, big slams, big slams. This is a very high energy consumption setup, but it's also very high energy generation, so it works. Just about. Seriously, where are the Orokin cells? I am nuking the fuck out of this place. Where are the cells? Loot Goblin needs its loot, damn it. I'm on 500 kills to 12, 5, and 20. Yup! Now, Gara would probably be faster here. I'm going to see how long it takes me to get to wave 12, and then I'm going to do it again with Gara. And that'll bring us to the conclusion of these comparisons, at least. quick, grab this. Grab. Hoi.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave
No,
now?
don't drop just yet. We nearly got the rotation C. It's only a couple more waves. Come on. Alright, fair enough.
Continue to defend. You will be rewarded for your bravery.
You don't remember getting Arcane Cells on Hydron? Oh, good thing this isn't Hydron then. Don't you worry, I'm not that out of touch with the game, despite what people on Reddit, Discord, or YouTube comments might have you believe at random points. I do actually understand where you get Arcane Cells from. This is Saturn's Helene. And it was a big part of why I farmed here and not Hydron, is because this has Oracid Cells, Hydron has Alloy Plate. It's an easy decision. You only ever heard good stuff about me? Oh, thank you. Were it true. I mean, I'm sure you're telling the truth, you know what I mean. Yoink, 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 yoink. Oh, for goodness sake. Where are these Arcane Cells? Seriously. I have enough boosters to run a bloody drug cartel. Where are the cells? Saren was trying to keep up with the kills there. Wasn't gonna work. Ugh. If I need detonite, I've got that. Do I need resource drop chance blessing? Nah. If the game's going to sift you at this point, a blessing is not going to make a marked difference. The game is just going nah. It's like stacking extra lands in your MTG deck. Doesn't matter how many you put in there. Top deck is still going to be top deck. Top deck still going to top deck. That's what's happening here. Nothing but duds. Joke is, I am actually going to stop.
Unless you can handle more of the enemy. That's the last of them. Objective is secure. Let's go.
Not a single one. But still. 10 minute 14 seconds, 12 waves, where Banshee just goes bam 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 bam. Can't say GG's, we're done. Kill. So now, let's bring out the Gara. Gara is not as good on Lith, but should be plenty good for this when it comes to Helene. So, config, honestly I think this one will just do the trick, yup, so I'll just stick with you. Shadow Lash, working 1 to 4. There we go, and that's everything, yeah. Cool, we got ourselves a squat. Never mind. Alright, let's try that again, shall we? What do you mean no? Okay, fuck, whatever. You clearly clicked to join that squad. Hello! Alright then. Oh, we're into wave 2. Fair enough then. Stomp. Wabom! Are we already into wave 3? Nah, I'm gonna dip. I'm gonna dip. That's gonna screw up the time. I want to see how much it actually works. What's my mastery rank? I am Legendary 4.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Yep, Legend 4. I need to count for verticality. There we go. Verticality definitely gets in the way if you're not careful. I'm gonna do it.
Unless you can handle more.
Them three can continue, but I wanted to have that as a public mission from Wave 1. So they can level each other. Yeah, they've got level 30 Frost, level 30 Revenant. They'll be fine.
Very impressive, Tenno. You held them all back. Time to get out of here.
1 minute 5 second Miso Relic. Yeah, sure. Alright. Just slightly quicker than it should be. Let's retry that. I stay 1 level away from max mastery rank because I don't want to dedicate myself to doing a grind for other people to not even admire, just to acknowledge exist. You know, oh, okay, cool, you got your thing. You did the thing with the stuff. Like, yes? There we go, okay, that is not the space to cast that. Cast here. There we go, that's a rune wipe. And again. And again. Arkansas! Yay! Where's the marker? Alright, marker vanished. Never mind. What's the biggest grind I'm missing for Legendary 5? Honestly, there's a few primes I just haven't got around to leveling. Might be the max levels on a bunch of, what's it, Nemesis weapons that I really just cannot be bothered to slap all the formers into for. K-drives. Some other little bits and pieces, I'm sure. But it's like, what does that achieve me? What does spending that time do for me? And the answer is literally nothing. I get no benefit from it. No bonus, no boost. All I get is slightly higher spawning of enemies in the Simulacrum. Don't care, I've got enough. I get a legendary core. I give those away, so sure. And I'd get to waste a whole bunch of time doing all that. You know what? I think I'm good. High data limits and trace limit? Barely enough to matter. Oh shit, how far did I cast that one? There it is. Black energy does have its downsides. It doesn't interfere with people's game as much, but then I also can't see it. Nemesis weapons are the ones with the word Kuva, Tenet, or Coda at the start. If you've not got any weapons with those 3 words at the start of them, you don't have a single Nemesis weapon, and to go into more detail would risk spoilers. Put it simply. There we go. Oh, more are spawning? I thought I got all the spawns. Bollocks. I'm out of energy. Need energy. That'll do. Oh, that's the end of Wave 6 anyway. That is a downside with this setup, as it does need the energy support.
To leave now or continue fighting.
I'm using Nourish. I could probably get away with Dispensary on it, but it was set up with Nourish. Oh, I already had a wall set up, didn't I? Again, the black energy, I can't see it. There we are. Grab energy. There we go. Come on, enemies. Where are you? Waiting for the defense objective to move. Okay. How would you go about trying to get high-level melee afflictions without too much plat? Well, there's only two options. You farm it, you buy it. There isn't a third magical option which puts it into your inventory for free. Yeah. You're just going to have to do the work one way or the other. You beg for it? No, that doesn't work. No one should ever beg for them. So this is something I almost always do when someone remarks about, oh my god, it's you, or wow, you're such a large creator, or anything like that, but they don't say it's me. I will pick someone else in the squad and act like they're the celebrity I'm seeing. I will do it every single time. I don't care how unfunny it is. I will always do that.
Continue to defend.
Because one, it reminds me to not be conceited about it being me. It could actually be about someone else. And two, yeah, fuck it, it's funny to me. Usually if they go, oh my god, is it you? I'll go, oh, holy shit, it is the real, you know, whoever.
Oh, the Ken's here! Oh my god! Wait, are they here? Ken's here.
Now, if they say that in the way that Reb and Megan did, then it's pretty crystal clear, isn't it? Thank you, Mythic. I always love that voice line. The sheer energy that Reb and Megan give is honestly unparalleled. Sounds good conversations? Honestly, it actually doesn't. This is usually what I get. I put that joke out there. The person who started it, dead silence 9 times out of 10. Occasionally they may laugh along with it, but 9 times out of 10, it's like they feel embarrassed to fuck. Or something else on that line. Where did that voice clip come from? From Primetime. Reb and Megan were playing on Primetime. This was before Reb was creative director. She was the head of the community team at the time. And they were asking for people to join them in a squad. I thought, sod it, why not? I'll pop up with a DM, say, hey, I can join in. And she was just talking about something else. Looked down, saw my name there, and voice clip. Oh my god, the Kenjineer! Now, it was a while ago, yes. It was a while ago. Still love it. Still love it. Had to take that as a voice line, you know it. So long as I'm not having a 0 out of 10 absolute shit day, that voice line is a massive positive. Is there a clip link somewhere? I did clip it, so after this mission I can get you that link, yeah. And this mission will be done very shortly. How long was it on the Banshee? I think it was 10 minutes. We managed this one now in 8.5. There was wave 1 that was somewhat skipped through, so call it 9 minutes. So this is a minute faster than Banshee. 11% faster. Actually, it's not finished. Oops, I thought they were all dead. How does it take you to kill this last one? Fucking Christ. I saw you were next to it. whatever.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or
Alright.
continue fighting?
GG.
That's the last of them. Objective is
Stretch.
to go home.
Oh, I need a stretch from that. Oh. Six Oracle Tales that time. Feast and famine. Really is feast and famine. Alright, we'll just leave the relay as well, thank you. Alright. So yeah, you can see the effectiveness difference there between Gara and Banshee. Gara definitely having difficulties in terms of verticality, but on a flat, small map like Helene and Hydron, Gara just cuts through it. Just cuts through it. Alright, let me see if I can find that clip real quickly for y'all. Just so you can enjoy that. Those of you who care, that is. Clips I've created. Let me scroll down. It's been a while ago, but I don't actually make many clips myself. I say as I scroll through 2024. And then some... I don't even want to know what that is. Come on. Come on. That was when I taught them about that. Where is it? Where is it? No. Twitch, don't tell me the clip is so old you decided to remove it. No. It's gone. It's gone. Well, whatever the reason is, whether it's Twitch or something else, it's gone. I can see another clip I made from them, but that one's not there. Well, that's... Damn. Alright. Can you see my Gara build real quick? Hey, you don't need to ask for it real quick. Exclamation mark Gara gives you the link to it. Exclamation mark Gara will give you the link to it and the full video, which goes through more than just that build. All the details you'll need for Gara. Yeah. Yeah, I've got clips on this account that goes all the way back to 2021, which is weird because I definitely have made clips before 2021. So... they're gone. Maybe I've just clipped too many things. Maybe I'm looking for a page button, but I don't see a page button, so it's not like that. Wait, what if I sort by oldest first? Nope, it's the same set. Yeah. Huh. You know, Dad Prime? I'm sure you're just trying to be helpful, but that is a little bit of a faux pas. Come on. I just said to someone there is a command for the full video I have for Gara on YouTube. Come on. Have I found more PlayStation bugs in the game? I haven't found a single PlayStation bug in the game. Not one. I don't play on PlayStation, so I am not the person to find those, sorry. I am not the person to find those. Alright, I think it's about time we do a platinum giveaway. Exclamation mark ticket in the chat. Yeah, in the chat for a chance to win that. I'll be doing that draw in just a moment's time there. Give you an opportunity to grab that ticket, because I know a lot of you do forget. Exclamation mark ticket for a chance to win that. Anyone can win it. Doesn't matter if you're on PC, Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, or on mobile. Doesn't matter if this is your first time here. You could have been here a million times over. Everyone's got the same chance of winning. Absolutely. Exclamation mark ticket for a chance to win. That's 75 plat. We'll do that draw very shortly. Whilst I'll let you grab all of those, I'm going to remind myself if I'm still building formers or not. Nope. Whoopsie. I don't want to run out of these now. There we go. 209 owned. Shit, that is getting low. Alright, let's sort that. And I've got an Umbra I didn't build. Oopsies, let's fix that. Gonna need that for October. There we go. Omnis can go sort themselves. They are not worth building. Gifting? Absolutely. Building? No. No. Gonna go troll small prime time so you can find the clip. Fair enough. In fact, Captain Ravioli, there is a chance it might be from the same stream where I do have another clip from the Warframe channel. Or at least it gives you an idea as to the era to look into. So the clip I have from the Warframe channel is 4th of February 2022. I don't know if that is the exact correct one, or if it was before that, but that's the era to look in. There or further back should be the clip. The other way I could check for when is I could go through a series of messages. Oh, this could take a while to find. Yo, Miralabe! Thank you very much for the 5 gifted subs there, going out to Blaspbjörn, Blazing Gurchin, Cheryl, Masquerade, and Grim Raider. Miralabe, thank you very much for that. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. How can we check when the Torrid comes back for Incarnon? Wiki. Easiest way to check. I revealed the Galvanized mod bugs on PlayStation. When you say Galvanized mod bugs and PlayStation, which particular bug is this one? Are you referring to the Stack Decay bug? No, that wasn't Galvanized mods. Not sure on that. Sorry. Let's see here. Not that, not that, not that, not that, not that. Not this one. Not that. Ah, here we go. Guys, mods weren't working at all. 2022. Don't have particular memory of that. Sorry. Yeah. I think if it's going to be anywhere, the clip from Reb and Megan will be the 29th of September 2022. If it's anywhere, I'm going to guess it's on that stream. Just based on previous messages I have. Took a bit to dig for that. Right, let's do the draw now. Let's do the draw now. So, where's the tab for that? There it is. Giveaways. Let's close our entries for the Platinum giveaway. Every entry is in now. If you didn't grab one, you clearly didn't want one. Alright. Let's do our draw then. The winner today of the Platinum giveaway is Death Sculler. Death Sculler. Very much not a Death Scuttler, just to be clear. This one came first. Death Sculler, congratulations. You are the winner of the Platinum giveaway today. I'll be contacting you shortly after the end of this stream. Get a hold of your Warframe username, your platform, and your cross-save status. We'll get that sent on over to you there. Death Sculler, make sure you do spend that wisely. I'm not going to ask where you spend it, so if you do spend it badly, that's your choice. I can't stop you. In fact, I encourage you to enjoy it. Screw wisely, it's a video game. Have fun. Anywho, that is where we're going to have to wrap it up for today. Let's see where we can raid on out from here, shall we? Just going to pop us onto a little intermission screen whilst I have a scout for a channel to raid on into. Where, oh where do we want to share our love today? Who are we going to invade? I mean, be very good people too. Let's have a look here. No idea who you are. Ugly nerd with glasses. The K engineer. Terrible username. Definitely don't want to go there. I make the same joke every time. I'm sorry. Every time. Silverito. I don't know if we've ever been over to us. Not Silverito. Sliverito. My bad. My bad. Alright, let's... Just gonna have a good hype train. Wait, what? 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 Huh? When did... How did... What? Huh? But there's one... How does this keep happening when one person do a thing? What? Well, now we can't raid. It's illegal. I can't end the stream now. How do you do this? How? Because now there's two things. One, first of all, not only thank you for the subs, but also kicking off a hype train. I literally will never end a stream during a hype train if I can avoid it. But two, it also means when this hype train ends, for every completed level of hype train, I'm going to do another giveaway on this channel. I will be doing another giveaway on this channel, absolutely. So we've already gone straight through the first level of hype train there, 50% the way through the second. So that's one giveaway y'all can enjoy again. We ain't finishing just yet. The 30 odd people who already left, joke's on them. Mythic as well, thank you for the bit. If you guys end up throwing in extra subs, whether for yourself or gifted subs, whether you throw bits at the channel, whatever you do to push that hype train further, I'm just going to keep doing more giveaways, frankly. I'll just keep doing the more of them. What? Yeah, exactly what I said there. Every level of hype train you guys complete right here, right now, I'll do another giveaway. We'll spin the wheel, see what else to give away. Absolutely. Otherwise, if it times out as it is, single item giveaway. One winner, one draw, simple as that. This is the hype bonus giveaways that we do on this channel here. Any level of hype train, that's another giveaway. If we hit level 5, 5 giveaways. Level 20, okay, 20 giveaways. Hell, if we hit level 20, I'll round it up to 25. That's not rounding, but you know what I mean. Will I transform into a maid level... If we get a level 50 hype train right here, right now, today, I will go upstairs, I will get the maid outfit, I will put it on and come back down to stream for another hour. We're not going to hit that, so I'm completely safe to say that, but if we hit a level 50 hype train right here, right now, I will do that. Hell, I will just stream as long as I'm physically able to stream without sounding like a complete muppet. No, that's less than an hour. But yeah, that's not going to happen, so I can safely say that. That's just not going to happen. Level 111, we bankrupt Ken. I mean, if we hit level 111, we bankrupt Twitch with that amount of support. Because the sheer amount to get to level 111 is insane. I don't remember the exact equation, if there is an exact equation. But I think each tier is like 20% or so more than the previous tier. So, it would get quite a bit. It would get quite a bit. Because I think it was, what, 3 subs for the first tier. So if we go 3 times 1.2 to the 49 to get to a level 50 hype train, that can't be right. That's saying like 20 or 1,000 subs. No, I think I have my numbers wrong on that. Or maybe it's, well, maybe it doesn't multiply. Maybe it is linear. Yeah, it might actually be linear. I don't know. Twitch doesn't publish these numbers, so people have just kind of tried to figure it out over time. I don't actually know the full ins and outs of how that works. I will be completely honest on that with you. Alright, but we have got 20 seconds left on that hype train there. If it does end where it's at, that's still a whole last giveaway for you guys. Still an extra giveaway. We'll see what that comes to in just a moment. You saw someone single-handedly reach level 11 hype train yesterday? 11? Good lord. I hope they have a very understanding partner or no partner at all, because yoicks. Alright, so Miralabe's personal hype train with featured mythic spirit hath come to an end there. Alright, let's grab a spinner. Let's just grab a simple spinner, see what we are doing on that then before we do raid out of here. Sorry, Saverito, you're just going to have to wait. Them's the rules. If I just briefly switches this way. There we go. What are we going to do? We're going to do a 7-day booster. Alright. We'll do a 7-day booster. That's what we're going to do here. Let's get the giveaway program up. There it is. Zoom that in a little bit. I said zoom it in. There we go. 7-day booster is the prize. Any one person can be a winner. Let's open the draw for the giveaway. So, type !hype me in the chat for a chance to win that. !hype me for a chance to win that. Everyone can enter. Every single person can enter. If you've got yourself an avatar set by using the avatar command, the pick frame command, then you'll see your choice pop up on screen. If you don't know what that is, it's too late to do that right now. So we'll just roll with it as it is. Suffice to say, subscribers, VIPs, and moderators can pick a different frame from the default to appear on screen, but everyone can still enter with !hype me. All one word, !hype me. You'll see yourself slide on in on screen. In fact, for those of you down the bottom right, I'm going to move my webcam out of the way for now. Boop. Why I always lose joining in on a giveaway. I wish you all the best on that. Your name is certainly not trying to help you, is it? Bite to Blue Severgoth, that you are. That you are in that top left. Yep, A-Gear was hiding behind me. Moon slid into that same position as well. Solancy's over there as well. We got a few regulars in that corner. Alright. Got a few regulars all in that one corner. We count down. Last chance to join in. 10, 9, 8, 7. As I say this, I look over. I see we've also hit the free giveaway as well. The extra free one on top of just Hype Train 1, so I guess we'll be doing 2 of these draws. Good lord. Alright, why do you wait right to the end of the stream to do this? Why do you wait right to the end of stream? I had it set to raid on out of here. I'd even already killed the background music, so I've turned it back on. There we are. Does the bot break if you pick Lavos or the pick frame command? No, it just sets it back to the default Lavos. It just sets it back to the default. Alright. Anyway, count to the end. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's be honest, you've had enough time to enter. There's another giveaway we're going to do just right after this one, so let's just do the draw now. The winner of the 7-day booster, well, it's not going to be Seismic Tick. It's certainly not going to be Gazek. Nope, not going to be Ubi there. They're down Flow, destroyed, Talanti, taken out, Mythic Spirit, not a chance. Azrael's gone, Copuman's gone, Elyu's gone. Plenty going down here. Absolutely having none of you. The winner is going to be Zekna the Tyrannogoose. Zekna the Tyrannogoose, congratulations.
Extraction point is up ahead.
You are the winner of the 7-day booster there. Absolutely. Never seen this. It's so cute. What the hell? Ah, thank you. I built this myself. I built this one myself. Zekna, I will contact you shortly after the second draw we're going to do here. You are in the listings for it now. I pointed at my camera, but you can't see me. Do I have a Banshee build video? Not yet. Coming soon. Alright, but the other thing then, we're going to do another giveaway. Let me just grab the spinner back for that on my side. Just going to do a quick spin. Apparently it's another 7-day booster. That makes my life easy. Alright, let's just open up. Go for another run of it. This is the free hype bonus giveaway you lot have earned with your spanners. Absolutely. !hype me in a chat for a chance to win a 7-day booster of your choice. And to be quite honest, Zekna, if you want to join in again and roll the dice, you're welcome to. If you want to sit back and let someone have the other chance, you're also welcome to do that. Just be very clear, if Lady Luck says you can have them both, then Lady Luck says you can have them both. I can't stop you. I wouldn't want to. Everyone's got the same chance here. !hype me in the chat for a chance to win that 7-day booster. And like I say, you get to pick, so long as it's available in the market, that's a credit booster, resource drop chance booster, or an affinity booster, it's your pick. Bite, there is no double it and give it to the next person, no. If you win it, it's yours. If you don't want it, well, congratulations, you took it from everyone else. Don't be that person. Are you in? Yes, I see you, Solancy. Solancy, have you changed your name? You've changed your name. You didn't used to have the underscore. I swear you didn't used to have the underscore. Where did that come from? Oh, for goodness sake. How long have you had that bloody underscore? No wonder you're... No, we tested this without you. Oh, whatever. I'll fix that later. Because... you know the sprite reason. Anyway, you're on here. You got default labels. Because you're underscore. Alright. That's enough time for everyone to enter into that. If you haven't already entered in, tough. You clearly didn't want it. What's the music playing in the background? It's actually the music from Teshin's Cave. It's straight up just the Teshin Cave music. This is all Warframe themed. So let's do the draw. With music from Isleweaver, I think. So we see people come on streaming on through, loads being taken out by this horrible, horrible boss. But of course there is still going to be a winner. The winner is going to be the last person to slide onto screen. It's none of these lot here. It's certainly not Aegir. It's not Mythic Spirit. It is...
Excellent work, Joel. The extraction point is up ahead.
Oh, that is brilliant! Zekna the Tyrannogoose! I love it. I absolutely love it. That is some ridiculous luck right there. Random is as random does. You win both of them. Alright then. Dekna, I will be contacting you shortly after the end of this stream. You'll probably get a double message as a result to get hold of your Warframe username platform so we can get these sent on over to you as well. The dice can roll how the dice roll. Sometimes you roll a double crit. That's just the way it goes. Alright then, that is now where we're going to wrap it up. Let's raid on out of here now properly. In fact, if I just do the contact winners... winners, plural. Contact winner. Is that going to work, or is that going to break on it being Zekna twice? Nope, there it is. So yeah, Zekna, you've been double messaged by me in a Twitch DM. But you only need to respond the once. Just let me know which 2 boosters I'm sending your way. Is it 2 of the same, or is it 2 different ones? They're yours. And of course, where I'm sending it. Alright, I think I said we were going to raid on over to... Sliverito. Let's just make sure they are still in a position to be raided. Yes, they are. So, let's do that. Let's show them all love this community. And let's not have any complaints of RNG being rigged, shall we? They don't need to know that. We can just enjoy ourselves in another stream. Thank you everyone for joining in. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.